Oh, it's a terrible toy box, is it? But one that out of complete nowhere, Devolver Digital decided, fork over the, production funds for, and now, when we were wrapping up, work on, Tales of Monkey Island with hype, I really did think that was going to be the end of it. Like, they had reached a conclusion that at the time, if I'm correct, Ron Gilbert, gave his blessing for that conclusion to the story and everything.
Well, it was a matter of, he didn't work on it himself. He was just more so like a consultant, but he did give
Correct.
his, approval for certain things that happened. Stuff like how the ending happened, Guybrush with the Hulk and so on and so forth. So, I guess it might as well be considered canon by that level of logic.
Not that this game's going to do much with that ending, though, because let's just say that for Return to Monkey Island, we're pretty much going back to the early days of Chuck's Revenge and Secret of Monkey Island stuff.
Right. Out of nowhere, we received a cool update from Ron Gilbert that he was coming out of retirement to put together at least one more Monkey Island game. Will it be his last? I don't know. Take from this what you will, and the knowledge that Sea of Thieves also did recently a cool Monkey Island crossover event. Really well done with that.
I guess once the Pirates of the Caribbean waters ran dry, Disney were a lot more lenient for this franchise to come back, considering, they still own LucasArts.
Let's see what other grand possibilities they have now that we're hopefully entering a three-wood renaissance, but I shouldn't be getting too ahead of myself. MB!
Hi!
Do
you know what Monkey Island is?
Yes, are you aware of the Monkey Island franchise?
It's an island with monkeys on it. I really don't know anything
half
about
correct.
it.
That is actually a lot of what... The funny part is that understanding what Monkey Island is sometimes can be a mystery in and of itself. But do not fret, for if you are a new player in the year 2022 entering this franchise for the first time, they actually have a wonderful little scrapbook narrated by our lovable one and only Dominic Armato, who has been pretty much the de facto Guybrush Threepwood since his first role in the third game.
You could have just said he is Guybrush Threepwood.
He is Guybrush Threepwood. He is a wonderful voice actor and actor. I don't know what else he's done actually outside of this, but this will basically give you the quick lowdown of all that you need to know about what Monkey Island has been up to this point. So,
okay.
Hey, want to see my mighty pirate scrapbook?
I like it.
It's filled with my adventures.
Yeah.
By the way, and don't worry for everybody else. There will be a timestamp of the video. You can just skip to. If you're already aware of where we are, don't worry. I'll have it for when we actually get to the game proper.
Right.
Next page.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
And so he got it. Oh, tell me more about that. Why
me,
don't you?
Guybrush Threepwood.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, said mighty pirate.
This is big old thing, and I just noticed. Look at all these different. He tries to practice all these different what should my big signature be? I like this one where the G turns into a rapier.
Kind of makes me think back to an old game logo from the mid to late 90s.
I can see that. So you got Guybrush Threepwood.
In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth.
Oh.
And so it all began on the island of
Melee Island.
Melee Island was the main hub of our original venture, and all we knew about Guybrush was that he was a young up-and-starter who wanted to become a big pirate. So he went down to the tavern, the Scum Tavern, named after the engine the games were made on, went to the Scum Tavern and asked the 3 pirate lords how he should become a pirate.
The pirate leaders were in charge of the 3 trials, acting as judge, jury, executioner, and devoted grog tasters.
Turns out a lot of the pirates are actually kind of drunk assholes who didn't really want to leave the tavern and do much because they were scared of LeChuck, a ghost pirate. We'll learn. I don't know what the hell pirate he is anymore, but we'll learn about him later. Also on Melee Island.
This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time.
Ooh.
They've had a bit of a rocky sort of an on and off thing, but like he's incompetent and she is
competent.
I don't know. Is there another pairing that you would liken them to, Hype?
You know what? I know there are pairings like it that exist. I'm just having a hard time getting to them at the moment. But yeah, all you need to know about MB is that it was sort of love at first sight. Like, they became really fond of each other, and it was kind of on and off again for like a good couple of years until he finally popped the question and she agreed to it in the third game. But that won't be till a couple of more pages.
Oh yeah, among his many trials, one of the things he had to do was steal something from said governor, and to do so, he had to cross the evil pooches, which he drugged to sleep.
Involved breaking into the governor's mansion.
Completely legally, the dogs were totally fine. Didn't they even have to have a big announcement that said they were just asleep?
Oh yeah, when you gave him the tainted meat, there was a disclaimer that said that no dogs were harmed in the making of this game.
Please do not do this. Yeah, so we have rabid guard dogs. We had to go on a big wild goose chase to prove we could dig up treasure, and we had to prove ourselves in the ways of combat.
Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility.
Yeah, because we soon learned it had nothing to do with how well you were at steel. It was how well you were at speech.
It was how well you were of a shit talker.
Pretty much. There was a whole big quirk about insult sword fighting. If Hype calls me a
dairy farmer.
Oh god, a dairy farmer. I have to say that's fitting. He fights like a cow, and then
I would go and cry in the corner.
No,
yep,
no.
And then I would reign victorious. So that's how we were able to then gather up and prove ourselves worthy of becoming a pirate. But at the exact moment when we were going to become crowned a pirate, Ghost Pirate LeChuck showed up, and
things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials.
Yeah, Ghost Pirate LeChuck here.
LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine.
LeChuck
Elaine was kidnapped and taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate.
Kidnapped the love of our
LeChuck.
life. Oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah, basically, LeChuck is this mighty pirate who had quite an affection for Elaine, but Elaine just didn't really want anything to do with it. Basically, think of him as like the Bowser to Elaine's Peach.
Yeah. And so he ran off with her to Monkey Island, and it was at this moment that we realized 2 things. Number 1,
we need help.
We had no idea. Yeah, number 1, we need help. Number 2, we have no idea where Monkey Island is. However,
we also needed a ship.
And we needed a ship. So we formed together a mighty crew.
I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine.
Meathook, the man who was scared of a bird because he thought it was this great beast. Otis, the guy who probably did something illegal, but we had to get him out of jail anyway. And Carla, who was actually the sword master. And we kind of were on good terms with her anyway, so we decided we may as well take them along for the ride.
Thank you.
Then we needed a boat.
My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified.
Well, that's also another staple of Guybrush in all of his adventures. He basically makes stuff up as he goes along.
Fun.
And it totally works out every time.
He must prevail by any means necessary.
The main reason we needed the Sea Monkey was because it was the last known ship to have made it to Monkey Island, and fortunately it had...
Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map.
But that's why we thankfully had a ship that had been there before.
You had to brew a special potion just to find Monkey Island. I made some substitutions, but it got us there just the same.
It's not terribly picky.
It's all about, can you weasel your way through, some logic puzzles
I like
on
the rat.
island.
I met an old castaway there.
Oh yeah,
Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other.
Speaking of the
Think of
locals,
him-
among the many things we had to deal with on Monkey Island, cannibals.
Oh.
There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists.
Yeah, they kind of had this whole show and display. Like they put a whole Disneyland kind of thing together with their village. Herman Toothrot, think of him like the Ben from Treasure Island / Planet.
He's just a crazy old hermit. But then we ventured deeper until we found the base of
On the island was
LeChuck's.
a gigantic monkey head statue with
the
hidden
entrance.
catacombs underneath.
We needed this key.
The monkey head opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear.
That
Don't
looks
let the
like
size
no
fool
other.
you. It's actually a much bigger Q-tip than you would think.
Huh.
Looks like no other implement.
Logistically, it shouldn't have fit into a Guybrush's scrapbook.
It
really shouldn't have, but we don't talk about that. Then we have
LeChuck's
here
ghostly ship was anchored in a lake
famous
of lava
scene,
hidden beneath
big
the
lake of
island's
lava.
surface.
we managed to get on board that ship.
We wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning
big fight.
conclusion to my first big adventure.
So after we go ahead.
So basically, it started off with LeChuck was seemingly about to get hitched to Elaine, and when Guybrush came to stop him, turns out Elaine had a bit of a secondary plan set in motion.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she already had everything covered. Guybrush kind of just got in the way.
Yeah, that's the other thing you start learning. It's like, Guybrush, I mean, his heart's in the right place, but he's not exactly some great, gladiator,
He's
hero.
a dork.
Elaine usually has things more or less covered. She was already going to have him be wed to a bunch of monkeys instead, but we interrupted the wedding, so she had to go into plan B. He got pissed off about everything going down. I'm going to start talking over this, otherwise I love you, Dominic. I love your narration, but I know we got to get to the game eventually. We had to fight him, and in order to fight him, you have to destroy a ghost, a spectral entity, with a very enchanted root, which we then realized could be substituted for root beer. So we sprayed him with root beer fizz, and he exploded, and fireworks, and we won the first game.
Thank God they still had some left in the vending machine.
It's a good day. It's a good day for all. Then began the second game.
These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop.
So after having beaten LeChuck, we came to the next problem, which was that no one really bought it. No one really believed that Guybrush was the one that was capable of stopping LeChuck.
Yeah.
Like, everyone thought that LeChuck was just either elsewhere or just disappeared on his own. So Guybrush decided that the best way So first of all, Guybrush realized that maybe the best way he could, I think it started first where Guybrush realized, what if I were to get the treasure of Big Whoop and showed it to everybody? Then they'd have to believe that I was a mighty pirate.
Right. So he went on a big quest to try and find Big Whoop, and somehow along the way, he sort of inadvertently aided in the resurrection of LeChuck.
Now he's a
Yeah.
zombie pirate.
You can blame a very uptight asshole who was unfortunately not showcased in the scrapbook.
Yeah, I'm surprised Largo isn't here, but
He was literally his right-hand man.
right? But yeah, so we were able to stop zombie pirate LeChuck. Another thing worth noting is that this voodoo lady has been in pretty much every game and she's been our de facto Deus Ex Machina MacGuffin lady who tells us how to do things.
The
She's pretty much our
lady
oracle.
at the International House of
Yeah.
Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once.
And there's also Wally. There's also Wally.
We
the
stole his
Mad Man.
monocle.
We stole his monocle. He ended up becoming a pirate later. It's a whole big thing. You had to find all. This one actually was a much larger adventure that spanned across multiple islands, because we each had to find each of the 4 pieces of the map that would even lead to Big Whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Elaine always seems to know when I need her.
yeah, then that she showed up. I don't think that actually tells us about Big Whoop. All Big Whoop ended up being was frickin' e-tickets to Disneyland or something similar.
Yeah, it's complicated. We'll get more into that once we
One
start the
time,
game proper.
Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. That guy never gives up.
So basically,
So,
that's
no,
reason-
Frank.
Oh, sorry.
Go for
ahead,
it.
James.
Okay, so basically, remember when I said that Guybrush eventually proposed to Elaine and accepted it?
Yeah.
Turns out the ring that he used to propose, he stole it from LeChuck, but he didn't know until he put it on Elaine's finger that it was actually a cursed ring that turned Elaine into the golden statue that you see over there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we had
It was
to
also on
go-
this adventure we got to meet another fan favorite of the series, Murray, the demonic talking skull.
It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic
Wonderfully-
skull,
wonderfully
after a
lovable
rousing
dude.
sea battle.
Wonderful, loving dude. We went on many adventures. This is if you ever want to go back through our channel and check and take a look through James's channel. This is my favorite of the Monkey Island games. I just love its art style, the personality, and this is where we got most of the voices that have become fan favorites today.
I
I
can't say
like
I'm the
the
biggest fan of its
snake.
art style, but its animation was definitely top notch.
Oh, for sure, and it's one of the lasting performances I can remember of good old Alan Young.
Yeah, but after all this was said and done, and once they finally tied the
Snake.
knot,
Why?
Yep.
My snake, why?
The snake's not that big of a party. He's just a temporary obstacle.
But I like
Eaten
him.
by a snake.
I like snake.
That's all you gotta know. Got eaten by a snake and turned out to a really
and don't
silly
ask
situation.
and don't ask why Guybrush is in that coffin. Let's just say that he accidentally drugged himself.
We cheated our
Fun.
way out. Too
And
many
then he
times.
purposely drugged himself.
Oh.
It was a grandiose adventure. So then,
Again,
Snake,
complicated.
This was
And
a
then they
great
wed.
day. Though in retrospect, we shouldn't have had the scum bar handle the catering.
now this I'm actually curious about because I don't know what they talk about.
I don't know why you have to have.
I think
candy
they
for
should.
almonds
This
at
is
a
just
wedding.
something they made exclusively for
Apparently
this
you do.
game.
I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation.
That's so nice.
This is the daisy we stomped on together. Wedding
Aw.
traditions are weird. It's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. We got them to match.
Oh,
Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think.
I think.
Something
I
like
think.
that. But all was fine and well. And then the next adventure happened.
and they made a
Oh,
fourth
man.
game.
This was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to
You
make
could have just
Elaine
ripped
his
this page
bride.
right out of the scrapbook, and no one would have missed it.
Huh?
Think of this as the Sonic 06 of the Monkey Island like series. It was it was their first venture. This was their first, I think, their only advent. Oh, shit, no, what am I talking about? Tales of. This was their first adventure into the world of 3D.
With tank controls.
Right, I think this is
Tank-
made off the exact same engine that ran Grim Fandango.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was tank controls. The humor was not as prevalent. It had a lot of weirder puzzles. But among the weird things that happened, we learned that giant monkey head was actually the top of a monkey mech
Oh.
For whatever reason.
that we fought LeChuck. The only thing that I remember being a neat like artistic detail was that LeChuck in this game was like rapidly cycling through his various forms throughout
Yeah.
the
He
series.
kind of
from
just
Ghost.
became a full-blown demon.
Yeah, from Ghost to because he was
Ghost
yeah, it
to
was Ghost
zombie
then
to
zombie then a demon. It was a whole thing.
Good for him.
We're not going to linger too long on this page. It doesn't get brought up that much.
Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed.
And this was a fun moment for hype when we were going through this because we did not know if Ron Gilbert was going to include this or the Curse Monkey Island in this quote unquote game's canon. But there you go, Tales of Monkey Island was included.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
all you need to know about Tales of Monkey Island is that, like, in an attempt to kill LeChuck for good, he accidentally spread his evil across the world and even on his hand, and he went to find a mythical sponge to pretty much soak up all of the bad juju that he spread throughout the Caribbean. And he also met a couple of other characters, like he met Morgan Le Fay, a famous
betrayed me,
pirate
even after we
assassin.
bonded inside a giant manatee. I should have trusted her less.
LeChuck became a human for a time.
Elaine wasn't fooled by LeChuck's human form any more than I was. I should have trusted her more.
Right, because it turned out that even though he was human and was claiming to be doing good, he was actually, setting up an entire, like, Caribbean-wide apocalypse.
Oh, did we forget to mention that there was a time where Guybrush went on trial?
I
Oh.
went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. Well, I defended myself, of course.
If it
In
means
the
anything,
most-
they were all They were all mostly bullshit charges.
But God
Well,
damn,
one of
but
them was
it's still-
especially, because it was just a matter of, you did this. No, I didn't. Yeah, you're right, you didn't.
All right,
Yeah.
well, we thought we figured we could have get you on that one. It still led to one of my favorite freaking moments
Anyway,
in the game. Though,
I
which
suggest
was,
not
which
hitting
was-
the next page because I think the next one has the spoilery thing.
I'm gonna quickly take a peek. I'm sorry.
I won't look. I'm closing my eyes.
I'm closing my eyes too. Wait,
If
that
it's
defeats
a
the purpose
spoiler,
of me
then
clicking.
we'll leave the obvious, please stand by screen right
My
here.
eyes are closed.
Oh.
Here's that
Oh.
voodoo doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure.
That's not a spoiler. We beat that
Can I
thing
look
up.
yet? Can I look?
Now you
Yeah.
can look at this. This is just a spoil. This is just a voodoo doll from the second game where
Doll.
we used it against LeChuck. We had a big
Yeah,
voodoo
this is the
battle.
voodoo
so
doll
it's
we used to
cool.
beat LeChuck at the end of the second game.
Just saying, this moment led
Then
to
there
one of
was
my.
the time
Stop.
love did win out in the end.
That's good. I was saying this moment still brought me back to one of my favorite parts of Tales of, which was when Guybrush frickin' Bugs Bunnied his way out of prison.
Yeah.
And it just worked. Okay, now I'm gonna take a peek.
Oh, here.
I'm
These
closing
are from
my
the
eyes.
time I found this.
Okay.
Oh, here's that voodoo
The rest of
doll
that was
from
Okay,
the
so I'm
end of
guessing
my
they're
Spoilers
just
adventure.
assorted ingredients, assorted souvenirs. Because I do know after you beat the game, there is a second page that you can open up, and I'm just trying to avoid showing that off.
Correct.
Right.
So that's all you gotta know for now.
We'll come back here later once we're done with the game. But in the meanwhile, I do believe almost 20 minutes in, it's time we actually do start the game.
There's a lot of story and a lot of characters, but hopefully, MB, you will now be ready. All right, welcome back, everyone who just hopped over and from that previous chapter point to here. You're welcome. We're gonna get ready for Return to Monkey Island. I'm gonna do hard mode to get some better puzzles. Yay.
Okay.
It's the full monkey, as they say.
Uh-huh.
Monkey.
Oh,
Right to the prelude.
that spooked me.
Ooh.
Yes. But yeah, like I said earlier, basically this takes more of its cues from the first two Monkey Island games, especially considering that we're actually back on the Big Whoop.
Come over
Oh.
here.
Yeah,
Gently now.
we should probably explain to you really
Remove
quick.
my mask.
We should probably explain to you really quick,
Will you
MB,
promise
with
to
what's
stop
going on.
picking on me?
All right.
in the
all right, I
original
promise.
Monkey
Anything.
Island 2 at the
Put my
end,
leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're
suddenly
not supposed to
the
be
game
in here.
ended with us suddenly being kids.
What's next?
Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents.
Yeah!
And then we claim that these two are our parents.
Sorry we ran off. You were probably worried about murderers and ne'er-do-wells.
Don't worry, I found him.
Oh, you crazy kids.
Come on, let's go.
Let's pretend I have powers that make lightning come out of my eyes.
That was from the
It's
second
so
game.
lifelike.
Bird.
You ever wonder what these two were even doing here anyway? Considering now we know that all this time they were never these two kids' real parents.
So
I just assumed they
weird.
were just average, like, people checking
Sorry,
out the
boys,
park.
could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Yes, sir.
I really do wonder.
Come on.
Oh,
I saw a scurvy dog shack back there.
okay.
Dogs. I've never had one of
I'm
those.
sure those are fine.
No way. You have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling.
No fooling?
No fooling.
He said
But,
no fooling.
Yeah, I do wonder how much of the second game's ending
I
did
once
Ron
got a scurvy
actually
dog
want to
that was
commit
bigger
to.
than my head.
Well, I
or
mean, like, I
was-
do know that, like, if you remember at the end, there was, like, a little, like, mid-credit scene that basically had Elaine more or less confirming the fact that the entire thing was just a hoax that LeChuck put over him.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was actually an option in this game where you can actually have a whole writer's cut where there's more dialogue that they actually did record and everything, but it makes the pacing so much longer.
It adds a lot more dialogue trees and like a lot of flavor text that doesn't. So I opted out of it because the last time I played it there was a lot. I'm sorry, a lot. So just
Huh.
Oh, well.
trust me, we're all good. We're gonna be okay.
You're gonna get the bare essentials with this playthrough, but if you want to play this on your own time, well, there's your incentive.
Please do it. Also, please everyone please owe Ron Gilbert an apology for dissing on this game's
Some
style
places
and
still
stuff
have
so much
scurvy
before the
dogs
game
with
even came
cheese
out.
inside.
Oh
Right?
yeah, that's another thing that we should. That's the thing we should probably let MB know about. So when this game was announced, you know, because it was like not counting like Tails, because you know there are some people that don't count Tails.
It's
It's been
locked.
like a really long
Maybe
time
one of
since
the
we had
shops
a
has a
like a
key.
proper Monkey Island game. And when this was announced and that Ron was involved, a lot of people were like really excited about it. Then when it showed off like the actual game's art style, there was like, I'll admit that it wasn't my first choice for an art style
It
either,
says,
but the
"We're doing
reactions
outhouse
to
key
it
when
were
finished,
a lot
or
more
else."
hostile to a point where Ron basically said, okay, I'm just gonna shut up about this game until it's released if this is how you're gonna respond to it. Like, it even got to a point where Dominic himself
always had
actually
hiccups
had to,
for
like,
4
give his 2
days
cents on
straight.
everyone's,
They put it on
everyone's,
a leg to
you know,
keep you
childish
from walking
behavior.
off with it.
Aw.
so-
I mean, honestly, it was
That's rough,
it's like
man.
you guys.
I'll bring this
It's like
right back,
my
sir.
whole thing is like.
to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
Oh dear.
Fair
That
enough.
leg was from a kid?
Honestly, it's like people complain about how this game's art style is, and it's like, have you even played the other Monkey Island games? They're really not that much better looking than this.
And it's pretty much changed. It has changed. I would say it's changed visual styles like almost in every single iteration from 1
Yeah.
to 2.
And they're
I
all
would
just
say-
and they're all just as, you know, I'm not gonna outright say like off. It's one of those things where like it's pretty clear what they were going for with their art styles, and it's like it's really no different here. Why are you guys complaining about it if you've already been sticking around up to
Can
this
we get
point?
some chicken
Yeah.
foot
Right.
Well, I
fries?
would say
You
like
got
the,
2
I'm
pieces of
let me
eight.
just say
That's
I'm willing
money.
to give like
The
the first 2 games a little bit of credit because you
what
can
a
just
piece
kind
of
of
eight
chalk
is.
that up to
Have you
like just
got any?
graphical limitations for how they
And no
look. You know,
fries.
discounting the moments where you would have like extreme close up of things into the games. But I do agree that in this instance, there a lot of it was just really
It's
overblown.
locked. Good thing
Yeah.
I've got the key in my pocket.
In brand. Good. You unlocked.
I'm opening up the outhouse, Chucky.
Oh.
Ew, don't stand in it.
I'm moving.
Chucky has good
Yeah.
ideas.
So,
What even is that swill?
so Return to Monkey Island has a bit of a slight twist on the UI in that it's not really an interaction menu, in that it's more so just there are clickable items and you can either there's typically maybe 1 to 2 things that you can do with any given object or person until you start a dialogue tree, and then it goes on from there.
Yeah, it's a lot more
I can stand on
simplified
my
compared to
Chucky,
the other games.
Why don't you look in the toilet?
No way. You do it.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yikes.
There's a rat
There's
in
a
there.
rat in there.
Yep.
Jinx.
Gross.
Well, this gotta be. What was this?
It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a fake coin.
I can think about it.
Oh.
I thought it was a piece of 8 at
But no,
first.
okay, let's do the real thing. Let's
It
peel it off the
looks- a
floor.
fake coin is almost as good as
Yikes.
a real coin.
You might want to wash it first.
I
Just
am a
kidding.
brave
It's
boy.
nasty.
What even
Smell.
is that stuff?
Ugh, what is this stuff? It smells the same as the toilet.
And I'm standing in it.
I
Can
can't
you read
even
the
tell
sign?
if it's animal, vegetable, or
Oh,
mineral.
read the sign. Sorry.
Please wash hands before leaving outhouse.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
That's
Well, I mean, like,
supposed to
they're
be the
pirates,
sink?
so.
Ugh.
We're gonna just head on out of here.
Are you sure this water's sanitary? Because it
More
looks
safer than
questionable to me.
it's cleaner than. Oh ha! It's cleaner than grog, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, fair.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Oh, what's with these glasses?
Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor.
So you can't
Wow.
actually see through those glasses. Well then.
Then you won't tell the
What
difference.
can we get with this?
Ugh.
Well, he doesn't know.
Tastes like a piece of 8.
'Cause it is a piece of
Couple
8.
Scurvy dogs, if you want.
Thank you.
Welcome, boy.
Yay,
What are
scurvy
you
dogs.
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours.
Aw, I'm sure these two are lovable brothers. Still don't make sense about how this is supposed to, like, actually tie into the second game,
I'm
though.
having these for breakfast,
You'll
lunch,
see.
and dinner forever.
Oh,
What do you want to do
yeah,
now?
I'm bored.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I didn't think I'd get this far,
don't you just
honestly.
don't you just hate that conundrum in your younger life?
Oh, these keys are
Ferb,
okay.
I know we're gonna
Yeah,
do
if you double click, you can speed about.
Hello? Boo!
Ha! He's dead to the world.
Damn.
Is it real? Oh,
I like,
Sounds real.
I like the little bird on the roof, not the parrot, but the.
Oh,
the
that little
seagull.
little derpy looking seagull.
My favorite. He is my favorite.
Wah.
Hey, Chucky, get ready to run.
I'll get you, crazy
Like
kids!
visitors.
Oh, get you kids! All right, let's get out of here now that we got our
You
scurvy
kids.
dogs and
Oh,
Oh,
That's
hello.
my friend D. Hey, D.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
yeah.
I'm making a list of stuff to do. Give me that. I'm an expert planner.
Yeah, huh?
oh.
There. Perfect. See you around the park, shitheads.
Aw, she seems like a nice lady. Let's see what
Only
ours
the
do.
best of friends would speak. Only the best of friends would call each other that.
Yeah.
Find our real parents.
We have to find our real parents, mess around by checking out the anchor, beat him in a race, feed the duck, add some sauce to that scurvy dog, practice some sword fighting, find a 4-leaf clover, and make him wish at the wishing well. All right, sounds like a nice enough thing to do.
I
for
want to
a
find the
walk.
dog.
I do want to find a duck as
That's
well.
a cool anchor.
That just shows how little you know about anchors.
What?
This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as I have.
Okay,
Did
Miss
you
Know-it-all.
know that anchors originally weren't designed to hold ships in peace? They were used in combat.
I take
Press
the
the
hint.
Kirby face if you want to stop her from talking.
Look at Guybrush.
They started making them bigger and bigger
Oh, no.
because they would do more damage
Yeah.
that way.
Okay, we're skipping.
He seems invested.
But you can on a modern that's to prevent the little.
I bet
most
there's actually an
about
achievement for just
fall,
listening to
but
this
the
all,
old
like,
word,
naturally.
they're called- yeah.
I'm sure there is.
Okay.
Woo!
Well,
Did you
thank
miss
you for the
anything?
anchor knowledge.
Press the comma button to then look through every previous line of dialogue that's been happening. I don't know what engine this was made on, but it works. So, escape.
Wasn't this made on like a custom engine?
I think
I wonder
so.
where this path goes.
Let's challenge them to a race.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
Chucky, want a race?
You're on.
I'll officiate.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1,
Go!
So, my guess is... Oh, Chucky! So my guess is that that's supposed to teach you about the double clicking option to move faster.
At the same time.
Or if you don't want to, you don't want to commit to the mouse and keyboard controls of you can also use a gamepad.
Oh,
there's a
go back,
duck.
Logan.
The
I
duck.
found the duck she wanted to see.
Duck.
Doc.
Duck.
I want to feed the duck.
Duck.
Well, let's grab some bread.
Hands off.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
What duck?
What does this sign say?
But wait,
I have
you
an
can't even
treat
eat.
in the back. I can
can't
feel
even-
it with my tongue.
Thank you, Chucky.
Oh,
Don't feed the duck.
Oh.
Well, then let's.
Murphy.
Oh, hold on. To your right, I think we got some sauce for our dogs.
Oh.
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really good with scurvy dogs.
That sounds like a deal enough to me.
You're not gonna touch the ground with your scurvy dog.
No, of course not. Gross.
Well, maybe you got to pick it up first.
Oh.
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup.
Okay. Pick up.
There you go. Pick it up.
You should
Now
have on
you can
your
combine.
scurvy dog.
You combine items.
Ah, okay. So again, I think it's neat that how they're teaching you all this at once. Click.
I gotta sniff the claw, or just put it
Nom
on my
nom.
dog. Behold,
Oh,
with a little extra, with a little extra greens on it.
Little texture never hurt.
Oop.
feed the dog. Feed the duck. Oh, just kidding. I like it like
Okay.
curl up
Duck.
and.
I don't think that was ketchup.
Whoops.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Would you like the duck? I can give you a scurvy
Did
You know
dog.
your
Duck
feet won't smell
cannibal.
if you don't wash them.
I'm saving this scurvy dog for myself.
All right, fine. Oh,
Well,
there could be.
save it,
This
even
up
after-
here.
Oh, this is teaching you to be on the lookout for frickin' pixel hunting, like this one 4-leaf clover.
Oh. Hey.
Behold,
I found a 4-leaf clover.
lucky.
Awesome.
There was still one left.
I
Darn.
took them all.
At home, I've got a collection of old scurvy dog sticks that fills a whole shoebox.
Sounds great, man.
Good for you.
Nice.
We need to practice sword fighting and make a wish at the wishing well. So we can practice
And
sword fighting
feed the
here.
duck.
Let's be
Oh,
frank.
haha.
You can never hope to beat me.
Hey, you'll never catch up to my level.
Aw.
Oh, this is just lame ass Monkey Island 3 sword
You
fighting.
guys are both pretty weak.
What was
They
the?
didn't rhyme though.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that was fun.
That is true.
Yeah. What was Monkey Island? And I forget. What was Monkey Island 4's in?
Monkey
sword?
Monkey
Island
Island
3 was
3 was about
basically
rhyming.
focusing on rhyming.
Right. I remember that. What was Monkey Island 4 again?
I was
Four
Oh, that
had,
was basically
that was
rock,
bigger
paper,
than my head.
scissors wearing a Mortal Kombat skin.
Oh.
Oh.
It was dumb.
Wishing well.
I should find a coin to throw in.
Hmm.
Like that one
Well,
behind
there's
you?
one.
No, that's a
There's,
rock.
No, the
It's
Oh,
not
that
just
one.
a boulder.
Sure is.
It's a rock.
No, you can't.
yeah, toss the
what
coin
wish
and
for?
make a wish.
Hmm.
Make one that's funny.
How about I wish D would disappear?
I wish D would disappear.
What?
Hey,
Ooh.
She's gone.
Ouch.
Oh boy.
Oh crap! He's still.
Okay, maybe not
yeah,
quite.
she's just invisible now. Oh.
Well,
Aw.
only for a little bit.
Aw.
It's all fun and games. Now, if
No.
only we could drop another coin to make a wish.
I know.
Now all that's left is to feed those darn ducks.
Actually, that's a case
And
where
find the real
I'm actually-
parents.
I'm surprised the
I
game didn't
want
outright tell you
cheese
about how you
scurvy
can
dogs.
make a save state there before you start.
Oh, you're right.
You know, before you put the coin to make a
Yeah,
wish.
I think they do. Yeah, I think there is supposed to be a prompt that tells you about doing that, so you can see what different options would have been.
At home, I've got a collection of.
Okay.
Where are we gonna find bread for the ducks?
Do you want to give him back the peg leg?
I could say make fun. Oh, that's right. I probably should give that back to him.
Yeah.
hey, look! I'm returning the key.
You want a medal?
Yeah.
How about an achievement?
Yeah.
I think you get an achievement. Yeah.
It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else.
Okay. Duly noted.
So, maybe the way to solve our problems is to keep on nagging the old folks.
I can stand on my head.
Oh.
Those glasses
I see what you're saying
are
there.
thicker than the layer of.
I don't see very well, but I can hear just fine.
Thank you. Okay, I get the hint, James. Our
Let's go.
business is done in
Duck.
this screen. Hey, D,
Duck.
bye, D.
Duck.
We're
Excuse
gonna
me,
do it.
Yes?
could we have some of your bread to feed the
Please.
duck?
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
Why are you leaving it out on the floor?
Yes?
Dirty.
Will you pretend to be our parents again?
What do you mean, again?
Run along and find your real parents.
I wonder what's in that basket.
Let's find out.
What do you think you're doing? Kids these days. They have no regard for personal.
There you go.
How rude.
So there you go.
There you go.
There goes an
There you
example
go.
of how.
Now we can feed the duck.
Yep.
Feed the duck.
Feed the
So
dog.
there's the example of well, making sure to do things based on a timer, and yeah, sometimes you have to have time-sensitive things. And we are done with our adventure here in the park.
Yay! Bye,
Now let's
duck.
find our real parents, who should
Bye,
probably be
Duck.
right beyond this gate.
Parent?
Behold,
Oh.
it's Daddy.
Daddy, dearest.
Hi, Father.
It's Daddy Threepwood.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Threepwood.
And there's the big twist.
Yep,
fun?
turns out
It's Dad Brush.
this was actually now,
Those
you know,
have totems
an
and
actual,
stuff
like,
in
big
them.
continuation.
I read about it.
And we were playing your adventures. We just did Big Whoop.
Big whoop. Oh boy, that takes me.
Oh yeah.
I like it when Chucky asked me to put his leg back on. He says it really funny.
You guys always make up the craziest stuff for the ending of that story.
It's fun.
But you can't just change it around. That's not how storytelling
That's exactly
works.
how it works.
A lot of
You
your
do the
stories
same
don't feel like
thing.
they're finished at the end.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's this one that you call The Secret of Monkey Island, where you went to Monkey Island and fought LeChuck.
Oh, that story has a great ending. There's punching and fireworks. I thought you liked that one.
But you never did find the secret.
Yeah,
Not
we
the
kind of
real
got
one.
sidetracked.
Sure, but that's not what that story was
Yeah.
about.
When you think about it, that
Let me tell you
title's
a
so
story that
misleading.
is about finding the secret of Monkey Island.
Is this a long story?
No
I think maybe I gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I have to go walk my tarantula.
Maybe I should go with them.
No, stick around. This is a good one.
I trust me.
See, there was a rumor going around that my old nemesis, LeChuck, had somehow discovered the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island.
Turns out it wasn't
I
on Monkey
had to
Island.
get it before he did.
It was in
So I went
Alabama.
to Melee to get my own expedition started and beat him to the punch.
They'll never think to look for Monkey Island in Alabama.
Thus,
By the way, what is an Alabama?
I don't know, but I know what this is. It's time for a return to a cover of great music. For MB, welcome back to Deep in the Caribbean,
Deep in the Caribbean.
Melee Island. As we... Oh, I just said the island Melee, yep. As we...
Return to Monkey Island.
Ooh.
I'm still not sure if I would call this the best cover of this, or if I'd still go back to the one from Curse of
Curse's
Monkey Island.
instrumentation, I think, was
Like,
a
that
lot...
one is a certified banger.
Yeah, this one's nice, but I think Curse's instrumentation is a bit more bombastic. I'll share that with you after this, MB. But
Okay.
but it's
Honestly,
still
just share the entire opening with her, because it's one of the best parts of the game.
I do love.
Man, you want to know the messed up part is?
What's that?
Give it about 2 or 3 years, that whole cover's gonna turn 30.
Oh my god! The fact that game turned that was like my first introduction was in Jeez. Well, regardless, as you see, it's not a dinky game engine. That's what they worked on.
Game.
Fair enough. So yeah, no, it's.
So that's the name of the engine.
So, it looks like, already, judging from the port, looks like a certain ne'er-do-well has taken up shop again in Melee Island.
Mm-hmm. You know, he really should get that thing cleaned out.
Right? It will
Yeah.
stink.
I mean, look at it. It's disgusting.
Insulting a pirate ship. Be worse than insulting his mother. No, it was his mother. It was his mother you said was dirty.
I like the knife. I mean, what?
It's a friendly place. It's okay. It's all right.
You're friendly. Friendly knife.
Hey, old Melee Island watcher.
Feels good to be back on Melee Island, the hub of pirating in the Caribbean, where every good expedition begins. I'll see some old pals.
So I
and
guess I'll
get
warn
things
real
rolling.
quick, MB.
say
Like,
Yeah.
Return to Monkey Island is definitely true to its name in
Good
that
First Threepwood.
this is
Remember me?
like, even though there was that scrapbook that helps get people up
have
to
you been
speed,
up to?
this is primarily a Monkey
Pretty
Island for the
mostly.
fans, and they are
Social
very
levels
unapologetic
and so
about
on.
that.
Many
But now
calls.
I'm getting an expedition
So far,
together
we've
to
been
find
pretty
the
much
secret of Monkey
reenacting
Island.
the intro to the first game.
You're sailing with LeChuck.
What?
So fun.
LeChuck's here in Melee? Is there widespread panic? Are people evacuating?
He doesn't seem interested in carnage at the
Ah,
moment.
must be low on the agenda.
Ship's just here taking on supplies and crew, as far as I can tell.
Huh.
Anyway, no, I'm not.
was pretty
sailing
chill
with
about it, I
LeChuck.
guess.
You know my history with him.
I mean, he kidnapped the wife.
Look at all the horrible
LeChuck
things.
kidnapped my wife.
Exactly.
He's always had designs on her.
Designs.
I
I
sailed
think
to
he
Monkey Island to
designs.
find them and get her back.
Oh, I thought you weren't married yet when that happened. And didn't she more or less rescue herself?
That's not the
Kinda,
point.
sorta, yeah.
He's an evil zombie ghost
Don't forget
pirate,
Demon.
terror of the seas, and sometimes the land.
Demon.
A nefarious, conniving, murdering scallywag. A depraved, ruthless villain.
You've had a lot of
I'm
time to
a
think
loud
about
talker,
these.
And I'm not those
Yeah.
things.
They say opposites attract, but what do I
God, if
know?
we actually get to be shipped together with him, I'd be incredibly impressed. Now,
Uh-oh.
We've been enemies for my whole career. Everywhere I go, there he is. He plagues me. He's my nemesis.
He's like a zombie. He's like a
He
zombie,
said the
Zed.
same thing about
Uh-huh.
That guy steals
Yeah.
all my best ideas.
I mean, in a way,
you.
he
Sure it
didn't
isn't the
like.
other way around?
I'm sure that Sonic and
Seems
Eggman
like
can
he was
relate.
here first.
Yeah.
I don't know how he
True.
found out, but I'm sure he's just doing this to get
So
one
every
up
time
on
I'm like, I'm gonna go up to Monkey Island. He's at Monkey Island. I want to go get Big Whoop. He's there at Big Whoop. I want to become a singing scourge of the seven seas. He opens on Broadway.
I'm mounting my own voyage. Mine.
Well, you'd better
The
get
ghost
cracking
demon
then.
operating
The
a
ship's
pirate.
loading up on the outer dock as we speak.
Well, I'm gonna hire a ship and a crew and beat him to the punch. Just as soon as I can get someone to back the venture. I'm a little short on funds
What
at
did
the
you
moment.
do?
In that case, you'll want to go
So, yeah.
talk to
You
the
think being
pirate
married to the
leaders at the
governor would
scum
give you a
bar.
little bit more of an
Exactly.
income?
That's why I came to Melee.
Yup.
I mean,
Great to
granted,
see those
I mean,
old
mind
guys.
you,
Well,
it
knock
hasn't
back
come
your
to a point
dog
where
and
she's
cash
kind of
out.
retired from being a governor.
That is
I guess that's
true. She was like she was
Round table in the
adventuring
back.
more by the
I
time we
know
got
where
to the
I'm
third one.
We'll see.
Because we were not.
So now we're
That,
gonna
and to
go
be fair,
back-
Elaine's got her own problems at the moment that we're currently not, involved
Let's
with.
go visit the
Yeah.
town. Oh, hello.
Pelican.
Re-elect Governor Carla. She's tough on toughness.
Ah.
Oh, so Carla's now the governor.
Oh, I think the Swordmaster is
Fitting.
fitting for that.
No, I want to go back to Pelican. Oh, okay.
To what? The Pelican?
I want the Pelican. I want.
Unfortunately, I
I
cannot.
don't
Thank
think
you.
you
Pelican.
can't click on him.
I can make him look dead.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's okay. I don't want that. I want Pelican
Bullseye.
alive. I want a live Pelican. Thank you.
Fair enough. All right, let's go visit the pirate leaders and tell them that, hey, guess what? Your favorite
Hi,
boy is
Pelican.
back.
So 30 plus years has definitely been a long time for Guybrush, and that's no doubt more obvious when we return to the Scum Bar.
No one's spinning on the chandelier no more, and
Things are a little more uptight
someone's
now.
got
and
new pirate.
modernized?
Someone's got new pirate lords or pirate leaders.
Have
Oh.
you seen the pirate leaders around? This is their table. In fact, you'd probably better move. You don't want to get caught sitting here.
It's our table, Rummy.
We're the pirate leaders. Get lost.
Oh.
Huh.
I hadn't heard there was a change of leadership.
Oh no. Did nobody remember to notify you? Maybe your party invite got lost in the mail.
Well,
Oh, I hate when that happens.
what happened to the other three dudes?
Right?
Where are the three
Lost
older
at
guys
sea.
who used to hold court here?
Who cares?
Probably crying in an alley somewhere, wishing they were still relevant.
Making up
Oh.
trials for each other and writing memoirs that no one will read.
Dang.
Is it you I should talk to about financing an expedition?
An expedition. Who is it that you think you are exactly?
Well,
Well, I'm glad you asked.
well, don't worry about me. I'm a mighty pirate.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me.
Probably not.
Permission to slaughter the annoying old wastrel man, Captain Madison.
Wait, it was Captain Madison? She's like famous! I've got her on a trading card. Her plunder stats are
Wow.
amazing!
Plunder stats aren't everything.
Then the others were Captain Lila and Captain Trent. It was Lila who threatened to kill you?
Look, they weren't that great, okay? Listen to the
Kind
story.
of jerks.
Want me to slaughter him?
Don't bother. He's just a harmless hack who thinks he has a good idea for a pirate raid.
Well, I'm not gonna raid.
Exactly, it's a raid.
Exactly. It's a raid.
Fine.
One thing I like is I
Keep
like
the
these
suspense.
random.
What's the
I do
target?
not random. I do like these different like shots and stuff that this game can pull off with the dialogue.
Yeah.
I like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
You're wasting our time.
The secret? I didn't think that was even a real thing.
Hey, it's a lot of money.
It's a
Ooh,
prize
all the
of
choices.
Put money into
monetary
it.
value.
I don't know about incalculable. Quick, who can count to 0 the fastest?
Oh, ha.
Well,
What jerks. A lot of them.
Okay, I'm sensing some reluctance, but hear me out. I could make it worth your while to help me hire a crew. The percentage of their earnings or something?
No one in here wants to chase your pipe
I did it once
dream.
before. They could do it again.
With
Yeah.
backing, I can work it out. It's a surefire investment. Triple your money or your money back.
Not interested.
If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
LeChuck?
Yes, the dreaded zombie
Demon.
ghost pirate LeChuck himself is also going after the secret. He's here in Melee getting ready right now. If that doesn't prove it's a worthwhile venture, I don't know what else to tell you.
Great. Problem solved.
Excellent. You'll do it.
No.
What
of
are you
course not.
here for?
Why waste money on an expedition when you can just join the one that's already going?
Have fun with your
Yeah.
scary ghost friend. Bye bye.
And
Well, the slight problem with that idea is that LeChuck and I are basically mortal enemies.
seems they don't really give a rip.
Jeez, don't rub it in, fellas.
They really do not give a rip about it.
Dang, bro.
I have a feeling they would not take me seriously.
Unfortunately, these two are both ancient history as far as they're concerned.
I don't need you or your money. I can do this on my own. If I can't buy a ship, I'll steal one. I'm a
Right.
pirate. I'll find a way to get to Monkey Island no matter what it takes.
Yeah.
I like the old pirate leaders better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least they had some semblance of charisma.
Oh, man.
You know
I
what?
just forgot
you know
something
what?
in there.
It's just now. Sorry,
No, go for it.
it's just now dawning on me because for context sake, we're recording this at like late January, so the holidays weren't that long ago. Now that I'm looking at this,
Oh,
in action again,
actually, I'm sorry. I just remembered something. Now that we're on the inventory screen, let's take a look at that horse.
It should. I guess a quick thing of note.
This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes
So
over the years.
this
Probably.
is horse armor. That was this a Kickstarter, James? I forget.
It was a pre-order,
pre-order
bonus,
bonus.
that does absolutely fucking nothing other than declutter
I
your
can
inventory.
prove that I was an early adapter.
The pen is mightier than the sword. I've got a few coins for
But
incidentals.
yes. Anyway, continue, Hype. Sorry about that.
Okay, so like I said, at the time of recording, the holidays just passed. But now that I'm seeing this game back in action again, the art style and the way everyone moves about, it's giving me a lot of all of the other reindeer vibes.
I really can see
It
that.
does.
Yeah.
Also, man, I feel embarrassed. I forgot something. Now I gotta sneak back and duck in. I gotta sneak back in there and hope they don't notice me. Because I just want to get this little guy here. Look at this.
It's a book for storing collectible trivia cards. Looks like someone just left it here unattended.
Well, then grab it.
So it looks like it saves some of the cards from my previous playthrough. But basically, as James said, since this is still a Monkey Island game for primarily made for returning fans, there's a number of a little like trivia questions about either LucasArts games such as Scum. I forgot what the first three letters are, but it stood for Maniac Mansion because that was what the original engine was made for. Parroted seals and swords. There's a giant fly.
Basically, like a little trivia for more diehard Monkey Island fans.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Some of them actually being about this
actually,
game.
Speaking of something for the diehards, I forget. Is that one old man still in the on the table there? The one that talks about that one game that they were trying to hype up back in the day.
Let's
I'm
see.
gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Don't sound much like
I
pirating.
think you still find him in this game. I just forget if it was here or somewhere else.
It might be somewhere else because it looks like all the Patreons here are different.
Don't look now, but I think there's a leech on your chin.
Buzz.
Okay.
What did we say?
Just a Google.
Yeah, he's probably not here then.
Maybe he's elsewhere. Fine. All right. Let's see now. So, I can't use my wads of cash outfit an expedition because they're not gonna work with me. So now I have to either get or find a ship. And unfortunately, as a great little twist for this series now, my best chance of getting to Monkey Island may be having to work with my arch nemesis.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts this time around. We're gonna have to hitch a ride on the stinky sea monkey.
This ship.
The ship.
Sea monkey.
Anyway, I'd like a job.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a
Well,
vote.
fair.
You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short
Sure.
swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans.
Looks like he's
are
got
mostly
zombies,
tolerated.
ghosts, even the demon up there, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess even LeChuck's fallen on hard times to where he can deal with equal opportunists
Have you got anything more?
or equal opportunity.
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship surgeon, and a gunner. Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
What's a boatswain
A
again?
bosun? I think they're the one that that gets the ship going to places?
I'd make a great bosun.
Exactly what qualifications have
Okay,
you got for that?
I can hold my breath
Yeah.
for 10 minutes. Okay, maybe 8.
Don't waste my time.
It's been 30
okay?
years. I don't know if the old lungs can do that.
I could
I
be
mean,
second
10
mate.
minutes was pretty
Do you
impressive back
honestly
then.
have any idea what a second mate does?
Goes to store openings and funerals and waits for the first mate to be incapacitated.
I thought
Ah,
so.
you'll be the second mate then. Okay, how about the surgeon?
How about ship surgeon?
I assume you have some kind of medical degree?
Is
For
that
the
a definite
yeah,
requirement?
pirate surgeon, I think. A pirate surgeon, I assume a pirate surgeon, the only qualifications you need is to not get sick in the other person's body when you start operating.
I could be the
Huh?
gunner. Oh, I'd be great at that. Boom, boom.
You look a little scrawny. What do you bench?
Bench? No problem. I sat on one for 12 hours once.
What the hell happened to you?
I have a lot
Not
to
that
do.
kind of
What
bench.
happened to him then? Okay, fine.
Maybe Swabby's not so bad after all.
Yeah,
The only
we're gonna have to settle with
requirement is that
Swabby.
you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey,
What is it?
wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Uh-oh. She's onto us.
Uh-oh.
Andrew LeChuck. No relation.
What a coincidence.
What's that?
LeChuck gave me a blacklist, and you're
How long was
on
the
it. In
Really?
fact, you are the blacklist.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Can't
fair enough.
hire you.
I can't
You're
honestly
obviously
blame
Guybrush
LeChuck for
Threepwood.
for doing that.
Well,
well,
darn.
that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused.
Whoops.
Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Right for
Pirate.
the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they know
That's
who you were.
right.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed
And
a
somehow, and
That's
somehow, if
also
you can
true.
believe it, I think that getting the mop is going to be the harder of the two tasks.
mop. Looks like this is going to be a long journey.
So, well, let's get on with it. Let's go see if I can find any. Oh,
Yeah.
Why was Wally in such a hurry?
Voodoo
He
lady?
wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a
What?
different way.
I'll say I'm still impressed that the actress for the Voodoo Lady's still kicking
Yeah.
after all this time.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay, so let's go to Low Street and figure out what's going on. Elaine?
Oh, hey! Honey!
Guybrush!
Wait, are you going to tell a mushy part now?
I
No.
will, but I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
There you go.
Oh no, I want the
don't
sappy
think they have,
stuff. Come on.
I know. It's like, I love the, like, you're legally required to skip it if I ask about it. Anyway,
I was hoping you'd turn up in this story.
I was hoping you'd turn up in mine.
Aww. Now I believe it is the same
It's
Elaine
the same
actress
Elaine.
even after all these
I
years
believe
as well.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yay! I feel bad that I can't remember her name as much as well as Dominic.
No, that's fine. I think it was in
How's
Sea
your
of Thieves
scurvy
where it's a
prevention
different
project?
actress, though.
It's great! We're going to get a lot of lines to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives. I've got to come up with a way to deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social
Guess
programs
she's
like mine.
facing her own troubles then.
Yeah.
As we previously
Yeah,
foreshadowed.
the new Pirate Masters fucking suck. Even for
Sounds
Elaine.
like we both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secretive monkey
So without
Island.
the shipyard, how are we going to buy
Laughed at
ships?
me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
Well, I'm so glad that these two are actually, seeing eye to eye working this out.
Yeah,
Uh,
in a matter of
Believe how I'm
speaking.
getting to Monkey
I
Island.
mean, that is like
I've
one of the
known
one
you
things
a
that I do
long
like about these
time.
two as a couple is
Try
that,
me.
like,
I'm
in
planning
spite
to
of the
sign on to LeChuck's
very
crew,
different
mainly
levels
them,
of
and take
competence
the ship.
between the two of them,
dear.
i.e., she's
Isn't
the
there
one
an
that wears
easier
the
way?
britches,
Oh,
they
trust me,
still
that
tend to
is the
agree and
easy
love
way.
each other very much.
Yeah, they stuck around for this long.
It is neat that, like, originally, like, Elaine started off, like, as the governor. She hated pirates. Did not really like working with them. And now, look at her.
She's literally married to one.
I feel better just talking to you.
True.
They're so cute.
Probably got to get going.
You say goodbye first.
Okay.
No, you say bye first.
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 I think this is a
No,
fuck that
you
much
say bye
situation.
Okay,
Aw.
bye.
I I actually was hoping that if I did it enough times, we'd cut back to the kid. Okay, how long did you do this for? About 45 minutes, but who's asking? Then,
The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melee.
Oh.
I think she was governor for like a
Honoring
year.
Melee Island's 27th governor, Carla the Swordmaster, for her heroic actions at Portobello.
Trust me, it's actually important that I read these.
It's Elaine's flyer about how limes combat scurvy. It's important, but boring. I've never once made it all the way to the end. Elaine would kill me if she caught me pulling down her flyers.
I'm not saying to pull it down. I'm saying to take
Also,
a copy
notice,
of
like
one.
the Voodoo Lady shop, it's going out of business.
What?
Oh no!
Going out
Real
of
voodoo's
business?
going down.
This place is an institution.
Oh?
What the hell's going on in my
International
IHOP?
House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
The IHOP.
Aside from all the
My
sales.
Welcome, Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to
Voodoo
see you
lady.
again.
I have been waiting for you.
Well,
you mean
Fate ordained that you would be here several
Also,
minutes
thank
ago.
also, God this game's going to
You
completely
can
ignore that
manage to
little
be late,
twist that happened in
even
the
when
last
you are
game, which made
fated
absolutely
to
no
arrive.
sense.
It's a gift.
Allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
For quick context, they try to make her seem like the whole like instigator of every single bad plot that's been going on throughout the entire series, and now it's like, nah, that was a pretty trite plot point.
Well, I wouldn't say like she
Snake
caused
oil
every
salesman.
bad. It's more so a matter of like she tried to make sure that like the cycle of LeChuck, Elaine, and Guybrush just kept going.
Serpent, obstacles,
weird.
Ship.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi, Ship.
Oh no.
You
That probably
must
doesn't last
walk the
well.
path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going
Well, yeah,
back
we've been
again.
to the island before. It's a return. It's a sequel. Oh, here you go.
Aha.
There's our mechanic.
The Dusty
When you are
Book.
unsure of the way forward,
We got ourselves a hint book.
open this book
Yay.
for guidance on what is to come.
Just in case,
It
like
can
this,
tell me my
like I
future.
know with the
Anyway,
remakes that they gave us a whole
Think of it as a book of hints.
What is it
something
really?
like that,
A
except
book
in the
of hints.
subtitle form. But here we just got an
Use it
extra book.
wisely. To know
Only use it
how
if you
much
absolutely feel stuck.
reaches the
Also, that
blade.
was funny. The whole like, think of it as a book
Thanks.
of hints.
No charge.
Well, what is it? A book
What
of
is it?
hints.
Oh.
Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife.
Oh, I think if we
Very
talk to her again,
sharp
we can
indeed.
solve one of the other mysteries of the series.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I think. Let me see. Oh yeah, there it is.
Is
Is
this
this
the year
year?
when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag.
We've
between
only
us.
known her as Voodoo Lady.
But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty, but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
so that's her name.
Karina. Nice.
I like it.
Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Some things are
Maybe
better left a
subtitled this one.
mystery, like the secret.
I don't mind that. Yeah, like my hair. Don't suppose you sell any maps to
I don't suppose you sell
Secret
mops.
to
I
Monkey Island,
cannot
Karina? I'm sorry, it
guide
doesn't
you on
sound right.
matters of
Sorry, Voodoo Lady.
mops. The true master is the cook at the scum bar.
Oh, that's right.
Huh.
Okay.
We never did talk to him,
Got
did
it.
we?
Nope, I think I ran out of there.
Your
Also,
sign says
you're going out of business?
Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has
More than
many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible. And
That stinks.
there are other factors. Captain Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Great, they're gonna
Oh,
ran
Becca,
out
dark
with the
magic, you said?
latest hex
I
trend.
did.
Well,
How does dark magic work?
Why is it
Rules,
di-
chemicals,
Oh.
the power of secrets. I am
Witchcraft.
no expert. It's too
whatever
sterile
happened to
for
the
my
good
tastes.
old-fashioned
I like
days
things
of cursing
messy
someone
and
have a smaller head than
theatrical.
you?
Or just fashioning out a pulley with a chicken.
Yeah.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
So,
Okay, so that's a no. Right?
answers.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
Well, we're aware. The last time he acquired it, quote unquote, he was using it to create, or maybe it was Big Whoop. In Cursed Monkey Island, was it Big Whoop or the Secret of Monkey Island that he was using to turn people into the undead?
It was Curse.
I'll get back to browsing the shop.
Act fast.
Well, but I mean, like in
the
that
game,
like,
I believe it was Big Whoop.
Okay, so Big Whoop was like this ancient like thing that he used to be able to bring back from the dead. All right. Let's see. Oh, Wally's over here as well from the second game.
Hey, Wally.
Surprising. Like, I never thought he would, of all people, would ever show up on Melee.
I thought he was left abandoned,
nice to see you again
like.
too, Wally. Whatever your
No,
last
he wasn't
name
left
is.
shackled. No, because he was in.
What happened is that, like, after we destroyed LeChuck's ship to get that wedding ring, he washed up on shore, and then he just went to get a tattoo.
You're lucky I'm past all that
That's
and am
true.
running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Oh, so I'm looking for a
I'm
mop.
looking for a mop.
This is Maps and More, not Mops and More.
Well, I was hoping the
Sure, the
more
shot.
might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the
Fine.
cook over at the bar where he got his.
Nah, I don't think this is the same Wally actor. Since
It is.
I think it's the
Oh,
same
it
one,
is?
though.
He's just older.
You wouldn't
Okay,
happen to
fa-
have
that's
a map to
fair.
the Secret of Monkey Island.
I mean, that can be said for a lot of the VOs in this game. Like, a lot of them are returning from the previous games. It's just that, you know, age definitely caught up with some of them.
It is the only one in
Yeah.
existence. Best of luck to you.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like I think I have an idea of who did that.
Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants.
All in their
Me,
hip hop and
I'm on the
music.
bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
Oh.
Really?
How many Wallys are there?
Bye.
All right.
Why?
Oh, Michael.
They're like
Why,
glasses,
look.
only way less convenient. Oh, look
Should we
behind
sneak
you!
it?
A three-headed monkey.
Oh,
classic
please
distraction.
take one. I use them to
Oh.
promote my business.
Oh, okay.
See? It says Maps and More.
He's caught
the
on.
Thanks.
Oh, you're no fun anymore.
Oh well, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot to you know, cheat him again out of his stuff.
Fine, we'll go elsewhere for now. Let's go. They all said that the guy in the kitchen probably be the guy to go to for a mops. Let's go see what the guy. There he is.
There he is.
Hard to believe after
Well,
all
surprised
these
he wasn't there
years, you're
sooner.
still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Oh, that's cool. What's the pay?
Unfortunately, I don't think it's the same guy that voiced him in the Secret of Monkey Island remake. So that's
Yeah,
kind
the
of a
place
bit
does
of a bummer.
seem different from what I remember.
Yeah.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at
Highfalutin.
us.
That's how
We're
it's
so
spelled.
much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
Right.
I'm gonna find the Secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible
He
and
only
naive
he only
go
wishes he
looking
could be
for
so
it.
clever.
Yeah.
But also, since the very beginning, he had always had a pin that said "Ask me about Lou."
Tell me
And he
about.
never bothered to take it
I'm
off.
so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more
What?
Oh.
button than man at this
Button.
point.
Oh.
Jeez. Loom was another LucasArts game. It was actually pretty. From all the visuals and sound I've heard, it was a pretty neat like idea for a game. After all these years, I'm honestly surprised they never bothered trying to do a remake of that.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
There just
unfortunately,
hasn't been
it
a lot
never
of demand
come.
for it.
For old time's sake.
Yeah, it never caught on, and they absolutely make a joke. They totally poke fun at it in the sequel.
Say
Oh.
it.
No!
Say
Come on.
it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why,
The very
it's an
same.
extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning,
Yeah.
high resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention
Arguable.
the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
I almost wish.
Now get lost.
kind of think that, yeah, has that game ever been ported to other consoles at all?
Not as far as I know.
I don't believe so. No, never after that first one. I don't even know if it really ever like even sold like bad or anything. I just never, heard much else after it.
Well, again, I just assumed that
they
they never like went anywhere because it wasn't that successful. Like it's basically Monkey Island's equivalent to like Grab by the Ghoulies. The fact that like they just make fun of how much of a failure it is. Like even back to the third game where it's like, my name will be remembered for ages. Ever heard of Bob and Threadbare? No, exactly.
Damn. I mean, and I guess really quick, I guess I should state, it is you can buy Loom on Steam.
Okay, so you technically still you can get it. It's just like again, it just never caught on.
Yeah.
Well, according to this, it said it was a critical success, but it failed to sell in sufficient numbers to warrant a sequel.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you.
I almost thought he was gonna say. I almost thought he was gonna sarcastically say. Oh, his face. I almost thought he was gonna sarcastically say, "Go out and buy Loom 30 years ago."
That would have been funny. Anyway, enough badgering on old times. Let's go check in with the chef.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
I'm fine. Are you still mad at me about what I done did?
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Aw. Also, I don't. Now that I think about it, I don't think I ever like of all the types of voices you could hear out of this guy. This is definitely not what I would think of.
Nah, not from me. I think this is what he sounded like in the remake of the first game, but
I mean, I'm pretty sure it is because I think most, if not all, the actors for the Melee Island characters are the same ones from the remake of 1.
Still in public.
I'll have to replay it again to make sure, but I definitely don't recognize it. So I know this guy. I think this voice did come back to voice him in the Sea of Thieves expansion.
Oh, well.
I
know that does apply with like a lot of things for Sea of Thieves. Like for example, slight spoiler alert: LeChuck in this game has a new voice, and that guy went on to voice him in Sea of Thieves as well.
To cater to the new crowd.
Again,
right?
I'll badger on it further later, but they definitely need to give him a filter.
And your low alcohol tolerance.
I like the actor. I have nothing against the actor personally, but
the actor is great.
Just
he's a legend. He's just not a good fit for LeChuck, in my opinion.
It's tricky. Yeah, I would have gone to Corey Burton first.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Do you know where I can buy a mop like the one that you have, Sir Chef?
Do you know where I can buy a mop?
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook, not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning.
God damn it!
You cannot hope to.
I mean, this only makes sense considering this is a LucasArts
you must
product.
Construct your own, a single perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool.
Do you name it?
And a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
How do we build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle
so find a
from
mop
the
handle
limb
tree.
Of that tree.
Okay.
Or we could just yoink it.
Any questions?
But what about the head of the mop?
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Oh.
Okay, that's where all the that's where all the ceremony is about.
Are you sure you can't just buy one?
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
I almost thought this was going to go in the direction of, what if I just bought yours? Guybrush, there is only 2 ways that you can get a mop. You either make one or win one in a battle to the death with the previous owner of the original.
Oh.
And even then, I can't be certain that you won't get cursed.
What kind of
God,
wood
what
is
is
the
this
tree?
tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
Yeah.
I shouldn't write for these games. All right, fine.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
That kid's looking a little antsy, I noticed.
And if you try to, and again, if you try to yoink that mop from him, you'll catch on.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, you want to chance it?
Oh yeah, why not?
Well, actually, there were a couple of things in the
to
kitchen.
him.
A couple of things in the kitchen you might want to check out while you're in there. Like, look at those maggots.
Looks like a mugshot. Active little
Oh
guys,
yeah,
aren't
maggots.
they? It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. And you have a packet of stick-on stars.
Yay.
The food is more
Also, I
exciting
like that
when you
little
can
statue
smell
over
the
there.
risk.
That's in dedication to a certain red herring robbing bird.
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
Aw. Take the string with me.
The string can be our mop head.
Take the mop.
Stay away
No,
from my mop.
Don't take it. Be nice
Stay
to
away
him.
from my mop. Stay away from my mop.
Stop.
Stay away from my mop.
Be nice to
Look
him.
at that
angle,
that
it
just
looks
made me look
like you're
I was
not
doing.
exactly taking the
I
mop.
know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking
But
a
yeah,
mop.
that-
It's just not the mop that you're aware of.
I know you technically can try to get the cook to leave his post and then try to take the mop, but again, he'll catch on.
Dang. Hey, look, another monocle.
Oh, look at that.
Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how the glasses are
Revolutionary
made.
product. I'm gonna call them glasses.
Bifo.
Hey, Wally.
Oh, haha. I need to find
I'm
a
looking for a tree to
mop
make
tree.
a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I
Yeah.
made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
I don't
That's
know.
okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Oh. I think I know what we gotta do.
Why?
I'm
We're
so
gonna have
sorry,
to
Chef.
defile the mop.
No.
Just
the
a
mop.
no, just a wee one. Just a little bit.
Pointy.
It is a non-magic
Oh, I'd like this knife.
an
Cut
excellent
off.
choice.
I want the knife.
I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
Oh.
This
All right.
product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including
No problem.
Yeah, I got it.
threatening,
That-
frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another.
No, I'm good.
Okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and
For the
will
record, we
invalidate
did
the
turn
warrant.
off the
Whitney,
longer dialogue option.
Scrimshaw,
Well, I imagine
Mumble
this
Hill,
was this is there from the
and
beginning as just
any
part of its
tricks
joke.
involving stacking
Oh.
I was
or
making a
balancing
sorry. I was
the
making a joke
product
of skipping
may
through it. Yep.
cause serious
Yep. I'm
injury
100% reading
and
these
should
terms and
not be
conditions. Yep.
attempted
Definitely not
by
scrolling through.
Unlicensed persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread may
Bedspreads.
damage the product.
I am going to use this on my toast, and you cannot do a damn thing to stop me.
But it will
Damage.
damage the product.
The product should not be used. Product
It is a
stopped.
sacrifice
Should not be
I'm
carried in
willing
a
to
pocket,
make.
coat, belt,
I could
hat
use
band,
it as a
handbag,
butter knife. It
shoulder
is a
holster,
knife.
Or sheath. At
It's in the
all
title.
times, keep the product away from children, pets, the
Oh
aged
my
or infirm,
Lord.
clowns, pirates, and adults.
Clowns?
Where possible,
And
it should be
adults?
locked securely. in a
Adults?
box.
Who is
The
allowed to
manufacturer
use this?
accepts no
Can I just use it on a tree and be done
She
with
didn't say
it?
anything about sheep. I can use it. I'm allowed.
She can use it.
Wait, what would you use it on sheep? What would you use it on yourself?
No, I mean I can wield it.
No, she's saying that the sheep can use it.
Throughout this
Oh, okay.
and all
I
possible
Well, that begs the question: why would you use it, NB?
No reason.
Oh, is this where I say
No
yes?
reason whatsoever.
Yes.
Yes. Is
Yes.
there
I
anything
got,
I
I got my eye on you, little lady.
I am not
It's
able
fine,
to
don't worry about it, it's
answer that
fine.
question, as it could create a liability.
I'd get the collar.
No,
Got the knife. Oh, that's a cool chair.
I've always been impressed by your chair.
Thank you.
Yay.
Looks a little. Looks like it might itch you like something fierce though if you sit in it for too long.
My favorite of her thrones has always been the one, or throne. My favorite of her like houses has been the one from I think the second game where you have to like row into it.
Oh yeah, that's the
That was
second
a good
is-
one.
Yeah, that one was pretty impressive.
What the hey?
Fancy.
Who the hell are you?
Hi.
No new one.
I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week.
Oh my god. Punch this man already. Punch him, please. I hate this.
I don't like this
voice.
type of voice.
Yeah, but I'm not.
So you're not supposed to eat the microphone.
Ingredients. I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't.
I literally was just here like a minute ago. What the hell are you doing? Like,
right away.
How long have we been sitting here?
Bruh.
Oh,
you,
said,
you agreed to do it anyway. You said.
Again, you can't use that horse head for anything. You can't.
No
you get. Again, you signed a lot. You agreed to a verbal liability waiver.
Fine. Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can.
If one monocle is good, two is better.
Might as well have that for later.
Just don't add a third one. Then things get a little too real.
Oh, you look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse. Marlin is here.
Who?
The nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week.
So we have a problem. He won't get out of the kitchen he won't get out of the kitchen because I was going to use this knife to peel off some of the wood from the mop.
Remember what color it was.
But
He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
Okay, where did he have that again?
Where did he say he had the dish he wants you to make?
At the governor's mansion. It's probably some exotic, weird
I'll just go to the
tasting thing
mansion
from a
and find the
swanky
recipe book.
cookbook.
Okay.
Just go to the mansion and get it.
Look behind you, a three-headed
You
monkey.
had me at swanky.
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads.
Devil damn
I
it.
can't think about that right now.
Well, God, sorry.
Fine.
Alright, I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, we're gonna have to cater to this as well because we do need a chip of that mop. But while he's still on deck, we can't do nothing with that mop.
Oh,
yeah.
Meanwhile, on LeChuck's ship.
Let's see how our villain friend is doing.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done. Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must
You had to say the T word.
Don't say that in this. You can say brush and guide, but in the same order, I am mad.
Wait. Let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure.
Okay.
I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey
Like,
Island
what will it
a good
accomplish,
idea?
really,
Should
besides
we
a good
be out
game?
terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
She's gonna let Threepwood on board.
Well, not
kinda.
intentionally.
Give it time.
Hello there, old lady.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay.
All right.
The little birds.
Whatever that means.
The little birds.
Forced to close.
Yep.
Thanks
Many
for the
birds.
memories. But cash would have been better.
Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better.
High Street ain't doing
Oh,
about
wow.
it. Oh, look, Stan's Circus.
I mean, for all I know, maybe that old fart's dead.
Seems to be stuck closed.
I'm sure that door's not going to be important for anything else later.
Though it is funny considering that same old
This
fart
is
is the
where I
current
risked
voice of
my neck
LeChuck.
for Elaine,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah, so
showed
that's
me
just
she
her
only
now.
needed me to risk my heart. Also,
and
the
like,
windows need some work.
His pirate accent, like, it's there, like, his heart's in the right place, I'm sure, but his tone is not deep enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
again,
for
I
me,
think it needs a mnemonic filter or something.
I guess. Well, it's kind of funny because, like, the only time I could think of where LeChuck ever really had a filter was when he was the demon pirate in the third game.
But
Yeah, or you know, like that same filter that was used for some of the, Pox characters in the 5th game. Okay, Otis. Hey, look at that. Stan's right where he belongs, behind bars.
Didn't we first meet
Stan's
right
basically the epitome of the sleazy used car salesman kind of figure.
You look different somehow.
Yep, and his antics finally caught up to him.
Nice of you to notice.
Well,
And another cute little detail since the first game, if you ever pay attention to him, is his suit always does the chowder thing where its texture never actually changes, just his body around it.
that's funny.
Yeah. It's just a funny little green
Going
screen
after the
effect.
secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic. You know
How they
what
pulled
I
it off in
remember
3D
most
was
about
still
Monkey
beyond
Island?
me, though. That was
The
funny.
time you busted me out of jail right before we went there.
Again, it
I
could just
don't
be
cruise
another green
ships anymore.
screen effect.
But
The whole
maybe
thing's
you can still help me out.
coated one color, but
Like
then
you
you
did
just
all those
overlap
years
it with just
Yeah,
a
I'm sort
simple
of planning
gradient
on
or whatever.
hijacking an existing
Yeah, that makes
crew
sense.
instead of
Walk it to the
recruiting one.
camera.
But maybe I can spring you anyway, for old time's sake.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way.
Oh, that's
I'm
handy.
told locksmiths can make keys for
Also, I
things.
definitely don't remember Otis
Things
having an
like
accent, but I can dig it.
doors.
Imagine
I got
it's
bored
not
in the
unfitting.
years of prison and I took up a hobby. What was it? Italian.
Oh.
Or maybe he did have an accent. His voice just wasn't as deep.
What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance.
How
Circumstance
so?
being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
Swords.
I noticed you
Swords.
didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
That's not illegal?
That is double illegal.
I assume you'll be here when I get
I
back?
don't know, but they
Tease
tell me
me,
these
Guybrush.
things.
Let's see.
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read.
Actually,
These are
wait.
monocles.
We have just that.
Mom,
Good thinking,
bye.
MP. That's exactly what
Cereal
we
Mom.
need.
I'll write it down so I don't forget.
So I guess while I'm working on this, what do you think of it so far, MB? Now that we're about
Watch
about an
your
hour
boots in
into
here,
the
son.
game,
It's like a
proper.
swamp. Without
Well,
the
I
clean
really like
parts.
the charm of the art style. I like the comedy in it too. It's just, I don't know. The scrapbook is really helpful to give me an idea of what is going on, but it's really charming and I really like it a lot. It's fun. I'm really
How's your day
excited.
going?
Yay!
Then
Highly
it's probably a
recommend.
good time to tell you that.
What is up with his arms? He just.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
he
the thing he
does- oh,
does.
that's
He
a
likes to
nervous
flail
twitch.
his
Don't-
arms
don't worry.
around.
That's his trademark.
But yeah, you're saying, Juice?
You look
But yeah,
like
I
you're
guess this would be
having a good
an
time.
opportune time to tell you,
That's
this
nice.
would be your chance to try out the other games as well.
Right, because
Yep,
I want
all
to say
on
at
Steam,
least
certainly.
I know
Oh,
at least the
there's
remakes for the first two games they should still be on Steam, shouldn't they?
I think every game in the
Yeah, I
series
think-
is available on Steam at this point.
If not that, then at least GOG and Steam combined.
Oh, sorry
Yeah.
to see you in jail.
Well, I know
Thank you, son.
the
I
remakes are
appreciate the
definitely on
thought.
there.
I'm sorry to
Curse of
see
Monkey
you
Island is
here as
definitely
well.
on there, though that one is considered like an antique sort of game, so hopefully your PC will run it fine.
Fair.
Escape, I think, is also on there as well, but don't quote me on that. And of course,
did
Tales
you
of
do
Monkey
if you got
Island is
arrested?
definitely there.
Let me tell
All
you
5
something,
episodes
son.
on there.
It's not what a man
Or
does
was it 6?
that
It
matters.
was 5.
It's who he
I think it was
is.
5.
Got
Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness,
Yeah, well, I think like the only
crosses a
games
line.
Telltale
But if
made
he's
that weren't
confident
strictly
about what's in his
5
heart, he
were
can
the first
hold
Sam
his
MX
head
season.
high.
That one was
And
6.
you know what's
The
in
Wallace
my
and
heart,
Gromit game I
son?
think was like
Blood
only
and
4.
goopy stuff?
And their
People.
Minecraft game I
People are
think
in my
was
heart.
like I think 8.
Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I
I
did
almost
it because
forgot they
I
made a whole
care
Telltale
about people.
series based off Minecraft, and that was like before it got really big.
Yeah.
And I want to say, I think frickin' Patton Oswalt was a voice actor in that series.
Maybe.
Really?
Dang.
I believe so. Let me quickly look it up when I should be playing the
Going
game.
after
Yeah, you should be playing the game. You're silly.
Secret? Boy, that
His
takes me back.
arms.
If you're looking for help,
Again, he
you're
does
on
this
Look at him
every
go.
time he
wrong
talks.
enchilada.
Every single game he
Just
appears
remember,
in, all
life
5
has
of
no
them.
guarantees or warranties.
And
Jamborees.
the patterns, of course, go without saying.
Advice.
And again, just he's your typical sleazy salesman type, and your opinions may vary. I just can't stand the fucker.
Oh,
Well, I mean, like, to be fair,
yeah, he's a slime ball. He's a snake. He's a snake.
Yeah, because like to be fair, you're not really supposed to like him technically because he does inconvenience you a lot of times. I guess it's just a matter of like whether or not
really
you still
hoping
find
to
him
buy a
funny in
ship from
spite of him being
now,
like an
normally,
in-universe
I would do
inconvenience.
absolutely anything to get
I mean, I
you
guess
to
if
a
it means anything, he's pretty much
comfortable
just
ride
doing
away.
his job
If my
perfectly.
hands are
And I
tied,
mean,
they're shackled.
that's
I
pretty
can't
much
do
all I
it.
can say on the
Not at
matter.
any price. I'm completely out
All
of
right, so I looked it up.
Every ship on the
So
lot
the
was
game is called
seized by
Minecraft Story
unscrupulous
Mode,
lawyers who don't care
and
about your sailing needs the way
holy
I
crap,
do.
the cast of this
don't worry
series
about
is
it.
actually
I've already got a
pretty
plan to
filled
steal a
out.
ship from LeChuck.
Like,
Well,
of course
if
you
you
got
don't
the
get
old,
killed,
of
look
course
me
you
up
got Dave
afterwards.
Fenoy
I'll
in
give
there,
you a
love the
good
dude.
price for anything
You
that
got
can stay
Ashley
above the
Birch, Paul
waterline.
Rubens,
Naturally,
Phil
I have to be
Lamar,
somewhat
Roger
credited
Jackson,
until I
Matthew
get back on my
Mercer,
feet.
Julianne Boucher, Billy West, Christopher Duncan, John Sanders, Gray Griffin, Sam Riegel, Melissa Hutchinson, Jim
Jeez.
Cummings, Jim Meskimen.
And the thing, these are all people
and-
they could have just hired for the upcoming movie.
Right? D. Bradley Baker. And then, so I guess the cool thing they did was, because it's Minecraft, you actually could choose the gender of the main protagonist, I believe. The main protagonist would always be Jesse, since it could be a boy and a girl name, so that helps with all the other voice actors. So you would either be playing a male Jesse or a female Jesse. And if you're a female Jessie, it'd be played by Catherine Tabor. And yep, if you were the main character and you chose male, you'd be voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Nice. Now here we have a new shop, the locksmith.
Hi.
I'm a locksmith.
Hi.
I told you about one of my favorite jokes from Police Squad, right?
I think.
It's like the guy shows frickin' Leslie White's character. The guy he busts into he opens the door into a study of like a rich man. He's like, "Who are you and how did you get in here?" And he says, "I'm a locksmith, and I'm a locksmith."
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet
We'll
you.
be coming here fairly often.
I'm Locksmith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask,
Oh.
yes they did, yes it was, and they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
Gotcha.
Okay, well that answers all my backlog, my freaking backstory questions.
Basically, you're going to be coming here whenever you come across a new serial
You mean
number.
Whitey Bones.
So I
She
can
used
get
to
some
be the
keys.
Undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary. Just information.
And then the machine will do the rest.
That's incredibly long, freaking that's incredibly long, like
Seems
key down
wrong
there.
that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
And I mean, to be fair, we only figured out that serial number by
Don't
literally
run.
combining
Try not
two
to touch anything.
monocles.
I've got a system,
Right.
and I don't like it disrupted.
I have no depth perception, so I have a serial number. Here you go.
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock.
At least
That look-
flatten it
These are
out.
really
That looks
sturdy.
like a paper.
It's the same
That just
kind
looks
they
like
use over at the
just
jail.
a used paper from a
What a
freaking
coincidence. I
lunchbox.
had no idea.
This feels illegal.
At the
I like this
end
book.
of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
Duly noted.
Can you
I
touch the bird?
feel like I'm
I
gonna
see
need
a
that.
peninsula
Carrot?
trailing off into small islands.
Oh, I believe we can
But
actually.
no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
Oh, that's nice.
Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
Aww.
Aww. Would he like to eat a
Knife?
string?
Kidding.
Why
And
would you
knife
feed a
your
parrot-
troubles?
No! Don't go
No,
taxi
give
bird
the
No, I
route.
just want to put
Give
it. In,
the
I just,
bird
I
the
just want.
knife.
I just want to. Yeah, I want to put it in its mouth like a really cool badass
There was
sailor.
also nothing that she said that said you couldn't give the knife to a bird, that a bird couldn't use it, so.
They say the only real prison
Right.
is the one in your head. But take it from me, that's a load of barnacles.
Otis,
Thank
the
you,
authorities
Stan.
have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
That's right. No.
About that.
Word of advice? No thanks, I'm about to be acquitted. Escaping looks bad.
He's just gonna take it.
So yeah, and actually, this will probably be not until the next session. But yeah, he doesn't want to actually escape, and it's actually going to have to become a puzzle in and of itself to get him to want to break out of prison. He doesn't want to break out of prison.
Honestly, the whole arc that Stan goes through is pretty interesting in this game because it's definitely not. It's far removed from anything else he's been involved with up till now.
Yep. All right. We got to figure out what that old geezer made and.
Fire.
The Sword Master. Well, now the governor of Melee Island.
Oh.
One that could actually fight back.
Taught me everything I know. Don't ask me how I... Oh.
Damn this jacket.
Hello,
Don't ask me.
Sword Master.
Stuff all my stuff in there.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed up hack.
Oh.
Oh. We're gonna get into this already.
Got a response?
Let me show you what a hack looks like.
Pretty good, Guybrush. Right on point.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
Yeah. We bond over our old silly things. She's actually one of the most like kind of friendly people we know, like who does genuinely see like potential in us.
That's so sweet.
Kind of, sort of. I remember her being sort of. For lack of a better word, I don't know, very old-fashioned back in the original game, or just a nonchalant. But otherwise, she's fine here.
How's the governorship treating you?
It's not as straightforward as I'd hoped. For some reason, you can't just tell everyone what to do and assume they'll do it.
Well,
that's
darn.
new territory for me.
Not for me. Maybe I should be governor.
I heard from your wife.
Maybe.
She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
Not really.
Actually, as far as I know.
Eileen can handle it. She doesn't need me.
I don't doubt that. But it isn't about what she does or doesn't need. If it isn't about the scurvy project, why are you here?
I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function. It's been described as hot and having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
I do host plenty of functions, but I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh.
Well, the mansion hasn't changed much. Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
Okay, well,
Elaine says Captain Madison is hurting her scurvy project.
Could
Not
you perhaps
the
help with that?
legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity.
Oh, no one seems to like them.
Cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social
Oh, right.
programs, waste management,
So she was a
and town
loan
maintenance
shark
are
all
on
along.
the back
The
burner.
worst of the
I like
dreaded
that woman
sea
less every minute.
monsters.
She practically owns the land now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Well,
looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't
Also,
have
just know she has a stuffed dog back there.
I don't really have anything to say.
It's based off of the
Just like doing
poodles.
Practice is nice.
I'm sure that's not a real
Busy
dog.
these
Probably
days.
just,
Governor
sleeping.
stuff.
I want to pet it.
All right.
I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
Don't throw it
Oh,
away.
I've had-
and, hey, don't mind if I do.
I want
I've had,
Can I hug it? I want to hug it.
Oh, hang on, a trivia card.
Ooh, yoink.
These are hidden
the same one
around
that
the
we got
whole place. Scurvy Island is famous for...
A Scurvy Island, I think they were mentioning
That was from the
limes.
second game, right? Yeah, I think so. Yay!
Limes.
You get good little bright, good boys and girls get little stars if you do it. Okay, oh, ingredients!
It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty.
I'm sure she won't mind if we
Can I
borrow
the
it.
book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never
how we
brought
talk.
back
It's
the
how we
last book you
bond.
borrowed. I had to buy
Oh.
another copy. You never even
Oh.
apologized.
This is new.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Shoot.
Okay, so if we want to be able to get the book, we need to be able to make her actually feel sorry for us.
Wait a minute. I remember a book we can borrow.
Oh.
Oh, but that was just another book thing, I thought.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Well, there's got to be some way we can
end
borrow
of the
the
plan.
elegant
My
book.
mother's. Please don't touch it.
Okay.
we distract her?
well,
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old
Okay.
location, too.
Would she moved when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Interesting.
Can I get another key made?
Sure.
Yes.
Just write down the serial number and give it to me.
Crap.
Oh, that's why we need
Okay,
to shoot.
so it's time to get to the first of one. Well, maybe not even the first, but it's time to get to one of those puzzles that, if you're on casual mode, the puzzle will be pretty easy said and done. But in boss mode, or whatever this is called, I forget what it was called.
Big Monkey. I think it's called like Big Monkey mode.
Cool.
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no
A forgiveness
apology
frog.
will do,
The forgiveness frog.
give the forgiveness frog.
I
It's like a card,
forgive you.
only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before. Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
Trust me. Trust
No
me.
comment, but then she
I'll
says
take
it
this
works.
forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive.
That is true.
even
Should have said the other way.
very old
Oh, okay.
transgressions.
So maybe we can use this.
Well, but here's the trick: is that in casual mode, it would be as simple as giving her the forgiveness frog. She's like, oh, okay, that's a great symbol. That's perfect. But in hardcore mega monkey mode, whatever, the frog needs a bit more personalization for it to truly work.
Oh.
So
And what kind of
look at how
personalization
stuffed
do we
that
need?
rat is.
Aw.
Oh, the trivia yard.
Trivia.
How many torches are initially burning on Bermuda? Oh god, like throughout all the different screens?
17.
I don't know, 7?
Nope. You
Oh, it disappeared.
failed.
And
Yeah.
it disappears.
That's what happens when you miss one.
Yep. So, but again, I don't know. I assume it's just tied to an achievement and nothing more. I don't really care.
It's purely just there for the fun of it.
So, basically, the frog needs to be personalized. So, we can say, Dear Carla. Sorry for losing that book I borrowed.
Losing the book I borrowed.
I realize that you are tough on toughness that we remember from one of those from that one poster.
You are tough on toughness.
After, as shown by your actions at Portobello's, we learned from that
As shown by
statue.
your actions at Portobello. Please accept my humblest apology.
Even though it was really my fault. I haven't been a reminder. You scare the heck out of me.
Scare the heck out of me.
All right.
Guybrush 3. Mighty Pirate.
And there you go. So that's all that you have to do for that quote unquote harder puzzle is to just, pick up the context clues to really make this forgiveness frog feel from the heart and not just one I purchased from the dollar store because I was running late to a birthday party and I was scrambling for a gift.
Imagine how
one
awkward it's
time.
gotta be to write a forgiveness letter on a goddamn frog.
Especially when it's alive.
Frog.
I love the try to remember why I'm carrying a frog.
It's a forgiveness frog, but I juiced it up with a written apology.
That's why. Also, what is in here?
I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey.
Old times.
That thing sunk because we fired a rock at it from the top of the hill. Totally on accident, by the way.
This is for you.
Forgiving
A
a
frog?
It's a forgiveness frog, for when words aren't enough.
Dear Carla.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, Guybrush. Surprisingly thoughtful. Considering it's you, I'm
And I
There's
see
the
you
Carla,
from it.
Carla I know and love to hate.
And I'll treasure
Yay.
this frog as a memento of the time you did something right.
Yay!
Now we can borrow the book.
Surely there should have been other times I've done something
It's
right.
a lot of work being governor.
Okay, I need the ingredients book.
Can I borrow this cookbook?
Hang on, gotta do our old fashioned.
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Oh, all right. I was
That's
upset
why-
you lost
that
the
helps.
last one, but you seem genuinely sorry, so I guess I'll give you another chance.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return this.
Nothing bad will ever happen.
Will we, though? Will we really?
And also, I will say I do like this detail.
Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done.
But they really captured the essence of her in that moment really well.
That is odd. Yeah, I mean, props to the painter for getting that kind of detail down after literally being just fucking toppled over.
She scares him too.
She scares
But
lots of people.
It's a perfect trade.
Again.
Any
Don't
other
miss-
else? Okay.
Don't miss with Carla.
Okay.
All right.
Cookbook.
Maybe this'll do.
Make
I found
it.
this at the governor's mansion.
Do something.
The mystery dish must be in there. I have no
Better
idea
be.
which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. I'd better get to work. Thanks, Guybrush.
No problem. Now, so while he's distracted...
Come on! Ah!
Perfect. He won't even notice.
Because you thought I was
if you do try to take that mop from him, he will be at the front door just giving you a look.
Bye, Billy. So, y'all thought I was joking when I said getting the mop was probably going to be the hardest thing we got to do. Freaking here.
Wally, here's a sample of the wood.
Show me where the
Can you
mop
make me a
handle
map now?
tree is. 10 minutes.
Sure, here it is.
Thanks, Wally.
Thank you.
Yeah, 10 minutes isn't half bad for a cartographer.
This isn't helpful. Oh, wait, no, that's the swordmaster. Okay, so we start from the swordmaster's house in the forest, or the mansion, whichever it is. Then we go into the woods, take a right at the purple flowers, take a left at the mushroom, then go to the carnivorous snapperwood.
We're heading back to the forest.
Yeah, which this was in the first game as well, and had an equally obtuse way of navigating through it.
And all we got out of that was a lousy t-shirt.
But it proved that you were worthy. All right, let's take the back way into the island's interior. So here's the island of Melee Island. Pretty much.
It's shaped like a moon or a foot, which are there too.
Circus used to be there. I think the Swordmaster was around here somewhere. You had.
I think you still come across. Yeah, I think you can still come across the what's his face, the freaking guy that taught you how to insult sword fight.
Probably. So. Oh yeah, here's the Museum of Pirate Lore.
Museum of Pirate
This
Lore.
one's new.
Pirate
Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now. I used to love these when I was 6.
And they think
Until I got
that
trapped
I
in
would,
one for 2 days.
Hi there.
and they claim that I would
Welcome
never
to
design
the
myself.
Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent
He's
here.
that bird's the
also
closest
edit the
thing to
Pirate
his
Times
museum's
newsletter.
security
Here,
system.
take my business card.
He's new.
Thanks.
The museum showcases
Definitely
the
new.
largest collection of
And
pirate
he
memorabilia in the Caribbean.
Man,
Or on Melee
can you
Island,
say
at the very least.
geek?
The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched.
Even though I'm pretty sure he
and
gets every fact
fact-checked
about
by
us
myself
incorrect
and my
because, you know,
team.
that's how
Feel
this,
free to
that's how this
explore.
works.
And if you have any questions, just ask.
Oh, hey, it's What's-Her-Face.
What's the
Oh
story?
yeah, that girl they made.
That
They gave
picture
such a
is no
huge.
wanted poster for
Yeah, the
Captain
girl that they
Kate
gave such a huge
You could
freaking
tell
role
how
in
notorious
the
she was by the
Sea of Thieves
huge
expansion.
number of crimes
Yeah,
listed there.
but I
Very
still thought that was a
impressive.
very fun
I got it from a
expansion they
collector
did.
on Fat Island.
It was
Those are my own
interesting,
crimes,
but
actually.
man,
I was pretty much
it's amusing
probably
that they
number
gave
one
so
on
much
Fat
to who
Island
was
at the time.
originally such
I
a
stuck
footnote
Kate's
in the
picture on
second
there
game.
so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important.
So yeah, he's always gonna forget everything.
bird.
Like that's a part of
That
the
map
map
looks
to Big
familiar.
Whoop.
That's one copy
Hey.
of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the
How did we
cartographer
lose
on
it?
Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow
I'm guessing
involved.
we fell
Wally.
down that pit.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
All right, I'm gonna hate this person later. We're gonna
No,
talk
but
with
the
him
bird.
later.
Pet the bird.
Okay, let's go pet the bird.
That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know.
Fair enough.
I like it
Well,
more.
then, good.
I shouldn't bother it.
It's a
Just
working dog.
don't go being a thief. Well, don't go being a thief on their watch.
Once upon a time, I won a T-shirt right here on the front lawn.
What a grandiose adventure that was. All right, let's go. Dark Forest. So
Deeper
first,
into the forest.
purple flowers, then the mushrooms.
You know,
Damn.
I wonder if we can still find this. I wonder if we can find the stuff that'll take us right back to that one cemetery place from Curse.
Oh my god, that'd actually be
Snakes.
incredible.
I want to pet the
Though
snakes.
I somewhat doubt it.
I don't think you
okay,
can.
so
They're in the
I-
foreground.
Okay, where am I going? Carnivorous
Envy,
snapperwood.
Envy. I need to ask this legitimately. What wouldn't you pet?
Inanimate object. Well, no, actually, I would pet an inanimate object.
You would pet it. You would pet a statue.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It
Listen,
depends on
she
what
wants.
it is.
She
I've
sees
met
the
an animal
best
we
in
don't like.
everything, and that involves petting them.
I made it.
Speaking of petting,
Found
Pet it,
the
pet
sacred
it,
tree.
Pet them, please. Pet them.
It's like there's a welcoming committee.
I think we were interrupting them in the middle of their.
Like your mama, little prickly kids.
So, what do you got? What do you guys say, tiny dear? Hail Satan!
What?
It's a woodland critter Christmas. Anywho, should be simple. I just need to get myself a handle from its branch.
Be very delicate.
Tender love and care.
You just need to take a single branch.
I have to see the handle within
Several
hours.
He ruined the whole damn tree.
How?
I mean, it's him. It's him?
Jerry!
But they're home.
Oh no.
Oh no, the rabbit.
What? How did that catch on fire?
All this just for a single branch.
I got myself a hand. That squirrel's tail is on fire.
Consider the stump.
It's probably time for them to fly south. Hey, little dear.
You're so
I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite
I
skittish.
don't think that was whittling. The tree is proper whittled.
Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals. It's what nature is for.
I don't think so.
Let's just,
I'll take a
you know,
shortcut back.
I'm sure there's more of those out there in the wild.
That wasn't a shortcut.
Him. I want to hug him because you did a horrible thing.
Oh, trivia card.
Oh, MB. That kind of, if you think what we did there was bad, you should play the rest of the series, because the Guybrush does a lot of questionable shit.
Well,
I
this
didn't know
is
that production for
interesting.
Monkey Island started at Industrial
ILM,
Light and
not
Magic,
ILM.
Lucasfilm
That's a
North, or
movie
Skywalker.
studio.
A building.
Skywalker Ranch?
I don't know if it was Skywalker Ranch. I don't know if Skywalker
I think it's
Ranch was
Lucasfilm's North.
around. Or
What
a
if it's
building.
just
I guess
a
they'd have it at a
building?
building.
A building.
Oh, I'm nervous to just pick the funny answer. Dare I be funny?
Yeah,
It'd
do
be
it. It's
fun
my.
for
If
it.
it's wrong, it's my fault. Let's go!
It was a building.
I guess because
Just
it was a
building.
film studio and the other two didn't exist at the time yet.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow,
Building.
that has taught me now. When in doubt, be funny.
I used to love these when I was 6.
Okay, now we'll talk. I don't care. So
Got it.
what's with this eye patch?
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though,
Oh.
and nothing happened.
Well, then maybe we could try it.
The display case is locked.
Give me a second.
But there's a lock, and when there's a lock,
Crystal clear. I'll just write that down.
Okay, all right, get ourselves a key.
Write that
Go.
down. Write that down.
I got it. What was he doing? He was playing tic-tac-toe with himself, wasn't he?
Yes.
That was it. Alright, let's go back to High Street. Got the old locksmith. And say,
Hello,
hey.
Mr. Brush.
Hello.
I really almost thought I really thought she said hello, Mr. Bush. Anyway.
Are these for customers?
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it bad that I thought that those were like
a key from this
cheese?
serial number?
Like cheese.
I really do.
This'll
I mean,
be
they
for
look
a
like
high-end
cheese. They look
display
like big
case.
old
You a
cheese
collector?
wedges.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Stamps.
here you go.
Okay, well.
I get the feeling we need those crackers, though.
The cheese.
Yeah.
Let's go browse around a bit.
Craft
Try not to touch
singles.
anything.
Yeah, but can I do them now?
I'd really like some crackers.
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
But I want the crackers.
Okay, well, okay, then clearly I need to find some other stuff. Hang on. I believe if
Because I'm pretty sure there's more to getting that eye patch than to open that whole display case.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. They're gonna find some way to, because what's her face is gonna, eat. What was burning here?
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me.
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot.
Man,
Fine.
you just had to be that sure.
Oh, crackers.
Oh, parrot food.
Cracker mix. Thank
Wait,
you.
cracker mix.
We need to
So we just need to find
the other
some-
parts. Oh, there was a card back there.
Oh, there was a card. Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
Card.
Oh yeah, good eye. Let's see what it is now. What type of cake is not Otis's favorite?
Trying to remember.
Carrot?
Was it carrot cake?
It was.
It was carrot cake.
I like carrot.
I mean, honestly, I don't blame. I don't blame him. Carrot cake is gross.
I've never had it.
Carrot cake.
You know what? That's fair.
Carrot cake without frosting is not good. It needs that cream cheese frosting on top.
Yes, agreed. It's also
Okay,
good,
so-
and also, I mean, I like it.
Hello,
I'm
Mr.
fine with
Brush.
it with nuts, but I know my dad hates it without nuts. Oh, like hates with nuts.
I found some cracker
so
mix.
we always make
You
it
could
without
bake fresh
nuts.
crackers in your furnace.
Thanks. The ones on the plate were getting a bit stale. Take some if you want.
Don't mind if I do.
Thank
Oh, perfect.
I said
Good,
some,
good.
not all of them.
Well, they are. They were. She did say they were stale.
They are perfect for the ducks. Let's go.
You mean the
But
carrot?
we already took care of the ducks.
Oh, that's right. That was in another timeline. Okay, so cracker.
Here, have some crackers, buddy boy.
Happy
Then-
Burb.
Let's open this.
Now, while it's distracted, steal the eye patch.
Fairly
You may want to close that,
well.
but never mind.
Meanwhile, back at the governor's mansion.
Hmm?
What do you expect me to do, Elaine?
Oh,
Issue
hello.
a proclamation?
New person here.
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to
Oh,
do
Elaine's
public
here.
She'll be
support.
important later.
I'm
Yeah.
working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
Can you stop
But
pacing?
we
You're giving
can
us all
put a
difficult-
requirement on ships traveling to the north.
A queen.
There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
Well, it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
All right
I've
then.
come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
Well, okay, that
I
was.
love some, thank you.
Yeah, well, she'll be a bigger part in the next.
I love
section.
how the Guybrush icon hobbles
Yeah,
around on the.
imagine.
No, jeez.
It's like a little toy. Anywho, check this chart. The old stands, previously owned vessels. What happened?
The
Now it's
assets of this
Tans.
establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
I'll take this strange.
It's a dried up old sea sponge.
We'll take it.
Stan used this to
Whoa.
clean his ships. It's all rusted out now.
Dang. Okay.
So, did we just come for the sponge?
Oh, yes, because I can use the mob. Dear God.
There's more.
It worked. That don't even look like a proper mop. Or,
It
how do
didn't. The sponge didn't. It just transformed into a mop head, I guess.
It just
I
decided
mean,
I
okay.
will be mop now.
I mean, it works all the same, but I'm pretty sure a sponge just doesn't turn in all those frilly things.
Classic and subtle. Like me. But I don't need to be wearing this right now.
Also of note is that nothing actually happened, because if we recall from what the curator said, it was a voodoo eye patch. And it's all out of voodoo.
So we gotta go
Then
to
let's
the
go
voodoo person to voodoo-fy it.
Voodoo patch.
Yeah, let's refuel it.
Re-voodification. Open the door and
This
get
does
on.
not just occur to me.
Uh-huh.
Weren't there supposed to be men of lower moral fiber over there?
Yeah,
They usually
but
are,
they're-
yeah. But they're not there
But they're
anymore.
not here. They used to.
Wonder what happened to them.
Man, I thought I could investigate, be like, hey, whatever happened to those old curmudgeons?
Maybe they'll pop in later.
Ah.
But yeah, no, there's supposed to be 3 men of lower moral fiber over there.
Well, I know, weren't they also on Fat Island? Because you had to cut off one of their
What do you
peg
make
legs
of this
for a
iPad?
quest.
You know what? That's probably where they're at.
They're stuck.
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney.
The very same. But ain't none in it.
As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away.
Good. Great. So, can you charge it up again?
I can. If
If
you bring me one more thing. A particular
And yeah, don't worry. We're actually we're pretty much near the end of part 1
you
now.
must bring me.
Hooray.
That'll be a good
We
start.
have it going on a good while.
Needles. Then
That's the
I
power of
will
hard
recharge
mode.
your eye patch.
The bite,
The
of,
bite
a
of
thousand
1,000
needles?
needles. Can you be a tiny bit more specific?
So, spider
Alright,
bite?
See what I can do.
Spider bite. Hurt. Hurt spider bite.
Spider bite. Spider.
But yeah, I you know what? We might have. I'm pretty sure that's that same area where the original men of lower moral fiber would be there. like where they were there, like the new ones would be there. But I guess we skipped the trigger or something like
I
that.
don't think so, but
Is that a
Yeah, man.
frog? Pet the frog.
kill the frog.
No!
I mean, pet the frog. I mean, pet the frog. Pet the frog. Yes.
I don't think
pet,
you can do
pet,
anything
pet,
with a frog.
pet.
Yay.
Okay. Anyway, there's our bite of 1,000 needles.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Pointy little tricky
the
fight.
Venus flytrap.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think they appear, which is, or maybe they appeared a later. I think they appeared a later chapter because I think this is not the last time I'll be here. Maybe.
I mean, you know what? That's a fair point. They probably do. It's probably next time because technically, I guess to spoil this much, those were the 3 men of lower moral fiber in this game are the original 3 pirate masters.
Or saps.
This is a plant with a bad
Yeah,
attitude.
times changed,
Enough
and
monkey
unfortunately
parts to back it up.
they couldn't adapt.
Yep. There you go.
There you go. Bite of 1,000 needles.
Close enough.
Tell me, is this an ancient, powerful charm, or simply a plant you found in the forest?
You were pretty opaque about what you wanted, even for you. I took my best shot.
Very well. You've always been the close enough sort.
Thanks.
Never change.
Whatever gets the job done.
Never change. In you go.
And don't forget the... Oh, I wonder what's in there.
Rum.
Come, spirits of deception and death.
Yeah.
Drink your rejuvenation and awaken.
Death?
It's nothing to worry about. John Laney, this hapless boy needs your help.
I wouldn't say
Take
boy. I'm
pity
like
on him
35.
And bring him the power to hide.
I'm old enough to have a 5 o'clock shadow.
You don't have to put it like that.
Which I guess I'll admit, that's probably like the one bit of Guybrush's new design I'm not the biggest fan of, but no, it does sell the point that, you know, he's gotten older.
That's it?
Unless you want the extended service warranty.
No, thanks. I'm not a sucker. What do I owe you?
Maybe try it on first, before we discuss payment.
Okay, we'll see what it does.
Okay.
Well, how do I look?
Oh.
Dead.
What the heck? I look like a zombie. Is it broken?
One does the best one can with the materials provided.
I'll just wear it when I really need to.
Do you feel like a zombie?
I mean,
You're welcome.
I don't feel any.
I think I'm ready to set
I
sail.
don't feel any craving for brains just yet.
Don't you need to pay her?
Yeah, I guess the idea is that she's saying that it's not really a disguise that under most situations, Pelican, under most situations, disguised as a zombie would not be helpful, so she doesn't think it's worth payment. But thankfully, looking like a zombie is exactly what
I'll wait until I'm closer to the Chuck ship.
Hello, quartermaster. Don't mind me over here.
I should move farther away from the
I
quartermaster
did.
so she doesn't see me.
There you go.
There you go. She won't even notice that I become old and decrepit.
And I got a mop. So with that...
Hi there. You must be the quartermaster.
Yep, you look like a guy without many options. I need a swabby. It's BYOM. So, show me a decent mop and the job's yours.
Okay.
Okay. Here you go. Biom.
How's this for a mop?
Let's see. Stick, blobby spongy pad. Good enough.
Good.
You're hired.
Great.
We'll be on the way soon. Why don't you come on board and I'll introduce you to the crew.
I'm excited to see my stateroom. When's a good time to discuss the benefits package?
Anywho.
There is no package.
No! Not even a union.
What's on the Chuck's ship? He's got some kind of disguise.
So
From
what?
the bargain
Well,
bin,
actually,
it
I'm
looks
keeping an
like.
eye on him.
So what?
You don't think this could be a problem? We didn't plan for him.
I hate not knowing what's going on. I should have taken him out the minute he walked in here.
Don't worry, we'll know what's going on.
Yeah? How?
I've got a spy on board the ship.
Oh, it seems maybe that those three were interested in the secret.
They just didn't want no three-quarter LeChuck to get involved.
Oh, I always feel so happy sailing. Nothing like the hot winds of... Well, we're not in hell, so that quote doesn't work. Alright, fess up.
You know what? This world is going to hell, so close enough. And why am I suddenly speaking Cockney?
Fess up,
So
who
once
broke
you
wind?
were on LeChuck's ship, you turned the tables on them. You whipped out your sword and said, "I'm your captain now. Take me to
Oh,
Monkey
he looks so
Island,
bright-eyed
where
and
they'll walk the
optimistic
plank."
about his dumb dad.
The name's
Bird!
Oh.
Pet bird! Pet ghost bird! Pet.
Ghost birds.
We'll talk about Bird Pet there later. In the meanwhile, though,
when you say it.
Capital One.
I'll say right now, Golda here I think would have made a much better villain for LeChuck.
Yeah, like
listen to
this
that.
actor definitely sounds a lot
Those
closer
options.
to the
How
original
much time is
LeChuck.
a lot of time?
All of it.
Right?
You work here. You sleep here.
Is that John?
You take your meals here.
No, it's
Forget the
JB
world you knew
Blanc.
before. This hold is
Oh.
your work.
Oh.
Because I always think it's John DiMaggio.
The deck is your sky.
I mean, John would also
and
be a good
I am
LeChuck,
your
I think.
Deity of choice.
Yeah.
A cruel
Yeah,
and
that sounds like LeChuck.
vengeful deity. I only have one simple rule. You are not
Was
to
it?
leave this hold under any circumstances. Any questions?
Can I leave the hold?
No!
Well, darn.
Oh, I tried.
Where's my bunk?
You might be alright inside one of the crates. Otherwise, be sure to cover your eyes. The chickens like to peck. But it's probably safest if you don't sleep at all. The chickens have their ways.
Oh my.
Look at their
What's for dinner?
stairs.
Oh, we'd like a bit of dinner, would we? Well, perhaps we can arrange a bit of roast duck under glass for your majesty. But seriously, learn to catch rats. You can drown them in your mop bucket. They make their own sauce.
What if I need to, you know?
Use the portal. Don't get anything on the ledge outside, though. I hate an unsightly ledge.
Uh-huh.
What am I supposed to
What
be
if we
doing
keep that in
exactly?
mind?
No recruits. You're all thicker than the chickens.
Aw, it's a spectral
Is
chicken.
that the whole answer?
You're
Oh,
supposed to
that
be
was our first
swabbing.
job.
I want this whole sparkling, as if it was clean. Now, get to work.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
We're owned by Disney.
Woohoo!
But
It
yeah.
all works out.
And
But yeah, I do believe with that chicken grease on the floor, that is actually a pretty good time for us to call it.
Yeah, and spoilers for the next session, it's not going to be as simple as cleaning it up. Every single time I clean up, he's just going to add more and more to it. If we're going to getting this crew to mutinying, we got to first figure out a way how to get to the crew in the first place. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Stay tuned, everybody.
It's a complicated sort. Till next time, everybody.
Doodles.
Bye.